a message of importance to millions of people who are continually pale and washed out, weak and run down. Doctors will tell you that these conditions are often caused by a deficiency of iron. The iron you need to keep you physically fit and mentally alert. Medical studies show that 2 out of 3 women and many, many men lack the daily iron your body requires in a form your body can easily use and put to work. Every dose gives you more than your daily minimum iron requirement.
We are awake, we are awake, we are not alone. We are striving for more.
So if you're not getting the iron your body needs, if you feel weak, run down, and are easily upset, start taking iron today.
The iron you need to get what you want.
Well, TGIF, everybody. Thank God it's FlatoberFest. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Have No Sphere, right here on the Iron Rail Media YouTube channel. My name is Josh Corey, and we've got something planned. Something planned. Well, we're going to do something tonight. We'll figure it out. I don't know. The plan is to have Billy Zig, author of The Elusive Curve, on. And possibly, quite possibly, tagging along would be the return of Brendan Daly, who was popped in just for a little bit last week. That's the plan. Now, the plan was to have, Zack on and Cammy on and Walt on and Adam on and John on and, well, nice full house for Billy Zig when he got here. Turns out Zack and Cammy have better things to do. They're actually at the campground right now, hanging out, having a good time. As well they should, so I don't necessarily expect them here. I just didn't, plan for it. Adam, on the other hand, is not feeling so hot and is laying down, probably listening, hopefully sleeping, relaxing, and taking it easy. Now, Rob, I don't know, we'll see. Rob should be here, especially if and when Billy shows up. I know Rob's always on the lookout for other flat earthers in Australia. So Rob should be here. So Rob, if you're listening, get your ass in here. You should have a link. Now, Walt should be here too. Walt is kind of here. Well, let's just say hello. Mr. Walter Johnson, you may know him here on YouTube as Flat Earth Head. Walt, how you doing? And he's gone. That sums it up. Seems like, again, the word of the day is indicative. Oh, no, wait, he's back. He may just not be able to do video. We'll see. All right, Walter.
Is that what? Am I taxing my system? Is what happened?
Something.
Who knows?
Not me.
Are you hearing me? Am I here?
You're here.
Let me turn off the video. Hey, I wave. Let me turn on the video. You're probably right. I'm probably tearing my phone up right now. It's probably like battery is melting out the back. Is that better without video?
Yeah, it probably is going to be a little bit better without the video.
Okay, I give up. I give up.
Yeah.
All right, cool deal. Hello, I'm sort of here. Hi to anyone I can't see because I really can't see anybody now. I see little Josh over in the corner. Hi, little Josh in the corner. I don't know even how to work this on my phone anymore. I haven't had it on here for so long. So, but yeah, apparently a freak storm out of nowhere. Because truly, I don't watch weather or news, so I never get the forecast. I'm just using my weather beetle, and he got away. So, but anyway, yeah, I didn't know. It surprised me, and got up, and suddenly I have no power. So, we'll see how long it takes for our local power allower. What? Power allower to give me my power back. Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna have to write that one down. Oh my,
And just think
it's
when
that kind of day,
it'll be the power allower of the hour once they get it done.
right? Once they do it. But anyway, hi to anyone I can't see in chat. I know there's quite a couple. I don't know how many. I know I saw FlatoberFest, and I saw perhaps Jose. Was it Jose? Somebody else I know. Channel was streaming from certain things there. I think I may be wrong. I did see Fokker though. He and a crew leaving the event to make a beer run. So I'm glad to see it is going to be a fun event, not just a bunch of boring sciencey stuff. I will be missing out on the flat karaoke though. Damn it! I was going to hop in on that tonight with my computer, but I don't see that happening here on the phone. I'm sure it sounds quite atrocious.
Well, maybe you'll be up and running by the time the Flat Earth karaoke kicks off, because that should be right about the time we were ending. So in about 3 hours is when they should be
That could
kicking
be.
off.
Could be. Well, according to John, anytime I get excited and talk loud, it distorts me here. So maybe I'll do some 9 Inch Nails or something that'll work. It'll be appropriate for. Anyway, I'll shut up and let you say hey to that other guy. Hi, other guy.
I don't know, Walt. I'm thinking split costume, do a little leather and lace.
Right,
That'll keep you nice and calm.
right. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, let's say hello to Mr. John Savage.
He is here. Hi, John.
He is here. I am. Luckily, I'm not quite flying solo this evening, although I almost was, because it wasn't until the very last minute that John changed his mind and decided to come on the show. So, John, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. Welcome. How was your week, sir?
Well, this just about sums it up, really.
Doesn't it, though? Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a shitty week. Still trying to waterproof my battle bus. And yeah, oh man, it's just one of those things, it's like an intermittent power failure in your car or something, an intermittent problem that because I've got to intermittently wait for it to piss down with rain to see if what I've intermittently done has done anything. And I'm into about a week and a half of this shit now. And I've even gone to the point of getting up on a ladder with a hose and spraying the windows and everything. And yeah, no leaks whatsoever. Pat myself on the back, lovely jubbly. And then it pisses down with rain and it's coming through like Niagara Falls. So all week, as you know, and even last week, it's gone back 2 weeks now. Last Wednesday, I even hung up because I was so pissed off. I saw drops coming through the window. So yeah, it's I'm waiting for it to rain again now because I've been out with the sealant gun doing everything but the window because the window's bomb-proof. But I think the rest of the lorry, the skirting or the metal, whatever the hell they call it, is leaking. I don't know, but this thing's going to be 90% sealant by the time I finish with it, I think. So yeah, I wasn't.
Blame it on the rain. Man, we're both suffering from rain pain, John.
Yeah. Well, you haven't even explained it. You've lost power because it's raining
Yeah,
hard.
due to an unexpected rainstorm. Now, I did look at radar. That it turned out it's a lot stronger, but it's not like, I mean, we sat through a hurricane and didn't lose power for like 10, 12 hours.
I mean,
It
they
took
can
about
put
10 good minutes of rain and it was gone. So, yeah. I guess they're getting us ready for the EMP. I don't know.
They can land little helicopters and shit on Mars and
Right.
dock
Right.
with dock with
Right.
what are they, asteroids or something?
We've got
Comets.
60 trains of satellites they just launched above us, but I can't keep power during
It's
20
like
minutes of rain.
it's like the UK after 6 millimeters of snow, the entire place shuts down. Forget COVID. Just chuck a bit of snow on us and we're completely disabled. But yeah, so it's been one of those weeks, really, right up until the only reason I'm here is because there is no rain forecast tonight. So I know that I'm not going to start grabbing hammers and hitting things if I see any drops of water. Well, obviously, if I see any drops of water and it's not raining, then that changes everything. But oh hum. So yeah, I'm here. Adam's got a face ache. The others are off gallivanting. Rob's just stabbed us in the back and run off behind our lines. Should be a good show.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
How many minutes have we killed?
Yeah, Billy Zig has the link. He can pop in here at any given time and completely surprise us, as does Brendan Daly. Brendan
Of course,
just hit
if he's listening, he'd run a mile, really. I would.
right?
Don't do it, Billy.
He said, "Ooh, it sounded like a good idea, but
Yeah.
now that I'm actually listening, it doesn't sound so good."
Who the hell are these cowboys? And we can't even boast all the usual names, big names in the chat, the Globebusters, and yeah, because they're all having fun without their masks on. Oh, actually, they've probably all been rounded up because they're doing it opposite the venue tonight, aren't they?
They are.
The whole thing doesn't start until tomorrow morning, I think. So they could still all get kettled and microwaved before tonight's out. That'd put a stop to it, wouldn't it?
Well, apparently there is sort of a mask mandate in the city.
Greenville.
Yeah, and because they're in the city park, hanging out now, that could be a bit of an issue.
I think we should call the we should have something to talk about.
No, John, there's been the Karen Act. You can't be making false 911 calls.
I did hear that. Did you want to tell us about that?
Well, I don't have the story in front of me, but apparently I think it was Fresno, San Francisco, somewhere in California. They have now passed the Karen Act, CAREN, which stands for a ridiculously appropriate acronym I do not remember, but definitely playing off the Karen meme that we all know and love so much. But apparently, yeah, it's now illegal because it wasn't illegal. Before you could just make false calls to 911 willy-nilly and no repercussions, but now they've made it illegal for a fake racially motivated type, a Karen call. You can't be doing that to 911 anymore just because you're unhappy about whoever's got their burger before you did or whatever the case may be. You can't do that now. Before you could willy-nilly just make, I'm silly, you can't fucking call 911 and make stupid calls. Oh, people. But now that we're all bowing down to the Lord of political correctness and, genuflecting our fake gestures of whatever the fuck this is supposed to be. Sorry, I'm getting all wound up early. You told me not to get too hot and I'm going to burn my mic. I'll shut up.
That's actually working quite well. Maybe, hype it up a bit.
Maybe a bit more, a bit more rage is what it needed. That's all it needed to get the old dust out of it.
Blow the cobwebs out. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I can't believe they called it Karen Act. That's just hilarious. But they need to make all these sub rules under the umbrella of the rule. You have another rule now saying you can't ring up claiming divorced parents are bad, or you can't ring up claiming yellow people are bad. I mean, you just can't call the police with false information anyway, can you? Even though they can tell us anything they want. But I
You get a
imagine there was
hefty-
legislation that was preventing people calling the police on false information.
You get a heavy
wasting-
fine for pulling a freaking false alarm in a school now as a kid, is what I'm hearing. So yeah, yeah.
Damn. There
They don't
goes all
play.
our fun.
They don't play. They don't want you to fight. I mean, to false. You can't yell movie in a crowded firehouse, John. Don't you know that?
Yeah, yeah. When I was a kid, they charged you 300 quid for setting the fire alarms off at school, because that's how much it cost the ambulance to do what who was it?
See, so
Fire
it was even
brigade.
back then, right? There you go. At my school, apparently they didn't have that going because it got pulled quite often. Well, not every day or anything, but it happened enough for it to be a thing. I never did that, truly, but they definitely had them quite often.
I think I got pushed into one and my elbow smashed the fire alarm once. But
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No, I'm just kidding.
It was just before a really bad maths test, I seem to remember.
Say no
Quite
more.
fortuitous. But I didn't get caught, so because no one would turn me in because I just got them all out of a really bad maths test. Speaking of schools, my kids are currently sat in school with all the windows open. Yep. They're allowed to, it's now been taken on the rogue head, on his opinion, that they all need to sit in school with all the windows wide open in 5 degrees. Madness. Utter madness. And then
So if you keep the little roaners rolling around in the wind, they can't land on stuff. Is that the theory, or how's this working? I'm not really.
something
I'm just
like
trying to work the
that.
science out.
Well, it's
Just
not
wanna
really
get the
science. Well,
right.
it's kind of an old wives' tale. But if you take a young child and keep them out in the cold for a long time, it's really good for their immune system, and they don't get sick and don't catch colds or anything like that.
I don't think it's a bad thing to be out in the cold. I mean, I spend probably most nights 4 or 5 hours in a shed. During the winter, it's -5 out there, and that's cool.
Hey
But-
man, I'm from the George Carlin school of thought on this. I think they should take kids and roll them around on like the floor of a bathroom somewhere in a truck stop to build up their immune system, because all this antibacterial soap, lotion, cream, perm, dude, whatever, it's what's turned them all into the snowflakes they are. They don't have any immune systems in their bodies or their brains anymore.
So go to a truck stop toilet and get them to lick the bowl for
That's it. That's
Okay.
it. They'll be tough and handle anything.
Interesting.
I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one. Have no fear.
But I totally agree. I'm not a clean freak at all, and my kids, unlucky bastards. They probably had a day off each since they went to the hellhole indoctrination centres, because they are so damn healthy, and they can put up with being in a school. But all these other kids that live in hermetically sealed, sterile houses kept at 25 degrees, they're not going to fare very well. And as soon as one of them comes down with the sniffles, that'll be it. Send them all home for 2 weeks, like the kids down the road. One kid had a sniffle, and the whole damn bunch has been sent home to self-isolate for 2 weeks. It's just insane in the membrane.
That's-
Insane in the brain. I couldn't get to my mic quick enough.
I mean, it'd be one thing if we didn't have, immune systems already under attack here by being forced to wear masks and breathe all this recycled air and live in fear and stress and all this other garbage that our environment is providing us. But unfortunately, that's where we live right now. I'm trying to think what else he could do to try to make the kids sick.
Oh, he's already wishing that it was law that they had to wear the masks on the bus, because mine haven't worn masks at all. They're still mask virgins. And the bus driver was having a flid, and he got a flea in the ear. And one son overheard him saying, yes, I really wish they'd mandate this in law that you had to wear a mask. I mean, these people were hilarious, you know. I mean, there was such a thing as discriminating against disabilities. And now I saw a sign for Co-op in the UK saying, you know, don't make our colleagues feel awkward having to ask you why you're not wearing a mask. It's like, get the fuck out of here. You don't get to ask me what. Well, you can ask. It's none of your damn business why I don't wear a mask. I quite like breathing, you know, just because you're a retard. And I've got no problem with the retards that want to wear masks. That's fine. I'm not forcing anything on you. Don't force anything on me.
I don't go around wearing a mask because I'm not retarded, nor do I wish to be.
Have you seen the increase in strep throat cases and facial boils and all this? It's gone
Bacterial
through the
infections, yeah.
roof. Can't think where that's coming from. You know, it must be COVID.
It must be their damn side effect.
Yeah.
Their damn
But at least
symptom.
It's the least we can do to keep everybody safe,
Bullshit.
John.
That's bullshit. Watch me not wear a mask. That's the least I can do.
Well, if
You
you
can put a
pretend,
little cream on your burls.
how is it the meme goes? If you can pretend that a mask is protecting you or anyone else from a virus, then you can pretend that I'm wearing one. Surely.
Seems like I even said that on the show several months ago. Or
More
something to
than
that
likely.
effect. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Copyright Iron Room Media 2020. A couple of months ago. Wow, I just looked at my battery and it's already half gone. This thing's going to suck it down quick.
So you're going to get a car battery tomorrow, yeah?
I'm about to have to go, right? I'm about to go pull the car battery outside.
Never be without
I'll
a fully
probably-
charged car battery.
Right,
Call
Just
yourself a
spin around.
prepper.
right. Well,
I thought you had battery banks and all that sort of jazz
Just
these days.
oodles of it, right? I've got banks of generators, the solar panels are all in place.
I thought you
I
had
know.
like a small backup battery for your phone that you could recharge.
I do. You didn't hear me tell you that story before we were on the air. You're going to make me tell it on the air.
Yep.
There was a community day last weekend, and I used it up then, and not thinking we would have any bad weather coming because the storm that's in the Gulf is week away. I have yet to plug it back into its little battery bank charger recharger because of laziness.
It's terrible.
Probably
That's,
a side effect of COVID, I'm sure.
that's as bad as my kids not fixing a puncture on their bike because they don't need it right now.
All right, it's probably got enough to recharge the phone one good time. I'm really saying it's a nice bank. It really is. I don't even know the brand or the name, but I was shocked at how it would quickly charge the battery while I was playing, and kept it charged while it burned the battery through the phone. It was really hot, so I quit doing that. But it was really powerful, so it
Some of
may
these
have enough.
things, you can jumpstart a 4-litre engine or whatever.
Right, that's what this
6-litre
was.
engine off this thing the size of a
12,000,
fat
yeah.
packer.
Is that light in my face? All right, I'll see you in a minute. Bye.
I told you. I spoke it into existence. Next thing, Rob will turn up. Fucker. So he just said he saw light.
Are you
Saw the
flipping
light.
kidding me? I stood up and the lights went back off.
Psych.
Psych in fucking deed. Oh man. Well, I guess I'm back on the couch.
Speaking of the lights,
Oh, Lord.
I think there was a newspaper. You've spoken about this. I'll just say hats off to Darren Nesbitt for getting it off the ground. We take everything back. Top bloke. He's actually produced a physical newspaper that's getting distributed around this island I live on.
The link for it is in the show description from this morning on TFR. I don't have it handy here though.
Yeah. I think it's thelight.co.uk, I think.
Yep, it is. I didn't realize I hit my video because that will definitely suck the battery down. Sorry about that. But yeah, it definitely is linked up there on today's TFR, which do we still have a Ironworks permalink here in our show? Which if we don't, we should put one back.
No, I have limited space when I update the titles through Restream. It doesn't let me. I don't have enough character space. It's only like 900 maybe. And for a decent show description, that's not very many.
But either way, all you got to do is search The Light Truth Paper and you'll get it straight away. And I initially thought it was the Jehovah's Witnesses. Because, not being funny, there's a couple down the road and they know all of this stuff, or a lot of this stuff. I mean, it's all religious and tied into that sort of thing. But, I mean, they put out a thing called the Watchtower. You ever seen that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And when I saw the light, it looked like a watchtower sort of thing, but it was a lighthouse, obviously. But yeah, hats off to Darren Nesbitt. I mean, to pull that off, that's and to actually, you see, I'd love to pull something like that off, but I can see 2 months down the line that I would then be working 3 full-time jobs to keep this thing going.
Yeah.
So to actually take that step and do something like that, I mean, he initially put feelers out for distributors, you know, people on the ground that would deliver this stuff, and immediately came back with 300 volunteers, and it was like, right, well, that's obviously a goer. He's got writers, independent writers going for it. He's editing it, and yeah, it sounds brilliant. Is all
well,
I
know
can say.
there was a PDF for the first issue there when I went to the site this morning, and I definitely had a minute or two to peruse it before I took my Friday nap. I'm digging it, and definitely want to get Darren on here as soon as we can to talk more about it.
Well, shout out to Liz, the Iron Maiden. She's the one who posted the link and at least made me aware of it. I would not have been aware otherwise. And apparently she had ordered a subscription, but it turns out they have frozen the paper's PayPal account. So she's not going to be getting her copy. Apparently several people will be getting their copy.
So alternatives to PayPal needed. I'm comforted to know that you don't watch my Twitter feed at all then, Josh. That's good. Good.
I don't scroll through Twitter. So on the off chance Twitter might show me one of yours within the first 3 or 4 tweets that are posted on my timeline before I go to the DMs, which is, I believe, the only reason I use Twitter these days.
Yeah, I was about to pop in and say something very similar. I think you and I must be on the same bizarre schedule, John. That's why I run into your tweets and retweet you more often than anybody else on the team, which I don't know. Hell, nobody else probably uses Twitter except Rob. But
Don't you use lists? That's the easiest way.
You just do. My social media skills are still as lacking pretty much as they were when I jumped on Twitter.
Well, here's a tip. Create a list and put the people that you want to hear from every tweet they make into that list, and then instead of reading your home timeline, you can, and then you can just go, oh, I wonder what
Are you
my
kidding?
preferred
Read my
lists.
home? Then I won't find out about Trump or whatever current video game is hot or whatever bullshit.
Yeah,
Whatever. Well, I'll be
promotional
doing that today.
tweet they're pushing at you.
Right.
No, you create a list. So I've got a list called News, where I've got UK Column and The Light and other news outlets, and I've got lists called Friends, which none of you lot are in, that's for sure. And then I've got
You fucking cunt. Anyway.
I'm
yeah, well, I see you
joking.
though. No, I know you are. I see you. That's what I'm saying. And when you see me retweeting you, it's a pure organic occurrence. So I do see you. You're the only person they don't hide me.
I think you're the only person that does see me.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I tweet and retweet and shit never gets. I mean, I'm sure it's because people are tired of my shit by now. But yeah, I'm pretty much useless on Twitter now. I get a few things that go through, but otherwise it's over. So lists are the secret. Okay,
lists
you didn't hear that
the way
here.
forward. Definitely the way forward.
We don't want everybody to know.
Shout out to Mike D in chat. Mike D was over there on D Live, watching over there, but hell, nobody's over there, and he was just hanging out by himself.
Well, that's
so
cool. Thank you for trying.
Looks like he moseyed on over to YouTube. So shout out to Mike D. He's been MIA for a while, but he had to change positions at work about a year ago, so he doesn't get to see the TFR shows live anymore.
Well, that sucks, but we're glad you're here, brother.
Yeah.
Miss you for damn sure.
Absolutely.
E-Live sucks, I find. That's the problem. I would
I've heard a few
quite
people
happily
complain about
listen to it. But it just spins on my phone. It just sits and spins when YouTube doesn't. And that's a real problem. Maybe they've got bandwidth priority or...
Is that the one with the lemons or is that something else?
Nope, that's the
lemons.
One. But if they're not live right when you're watching, then you don't get anything.
Then you don't see it, right?
So it'll just sit and spin.
Well, no, it sits and spins when I'm listening to it live. So what I have to do is not listen to it live and then get it on the replay before they get rid of it. And even then it sits and spins. It's just, and there's no way of downloading it to a drive so that you can listen to it without it being streamed. As far as I can tell. If anyone in chat knows otherwise, I'm sure there's some fancy dancy app that can download shows from DLive, but yeah, I've not had a good experience with them. BitChute's shite as well. That takes me 3 times every time of uploading videos. I have to upload 3 times at least if it will even take it anyway. So yeah, we got a lot of ground to cover on this front, but PayPal is another one. We need to get a shot of that. Wasn't Elon Musk PayPal?
I think so.
Yeah,
that sounds
says
right.
It all, really. But yeah, if you're running your business reliant on something like PayPal, then jeez, that's putting a lot of power into their hands.
Bitcoin, no, is the way to go, right?
I don't know.
Shout out to Jeffrofla from this
Jeffrofla.
morning. Yeah.
Yeah, PayPal was Elon.
What
were you saying, Walter? You're breaking up there.
It's muted.
Oh, that'll do it. That's one way to break up.
I'm struggling with this thing. I keep hitting it and it won't unmute. Then I hit it, unmutes the video or starts up the video. It's very problematic on this phone. Sorry. I don't know. Probably bitching about PayPal or something related to it. I don't think we've had, knock on wood, any problems, have we?
No, not as of yet.
I don't think so. But Bitcoin, yeah, that was it. Bitcoin. We had our buddy Tom back 100,000 years ago on here. We need to find him and get him on again. Get a little more education on this Bitcoin thing. What is it? What does it do? I'm being silly, but I really need.
It's muted again.
I do that. I did that on purpose.
No.
No, the trucks are really active right now, and without any kind of air conditioning or fan to block it, it's going to be like rumbling through this. Or it may not. I'll leave it on. We'll see.
Leave what on? Sorry.
I'll leave the mute on. I mean the mic on, and we'll see how loud the trucks are. Here comes one now.
Oh, that's nothing.
Oh, you can handle it. Oh, cool. You'll hear every breath I take.
Every move you
Every
make.
move I make.
You know, I can tell what you're eating.
I know. Trust me.
See Elsie King in chat. Welcome.
Yes. What's up?
And to counteract, mitigate my negativity, I would like to put a shout out to Robin of Lifting the Lid.
Lifting the lid.
He was back again tonight with Feel Good Friday, which I've been sorely missing. It's
Nice.
one of my Friday rituals of listening to you lot, and then Feel Good Friday, and then coming on here. So yeah, really good to have you back for the 44th episode, I think it was. And Robin's doing amazing stuff at the moment. He really is. He's getting out everywhere and actually doing stuff, which puts me to shame. So shout out to you, mate.
For damn
And he's only
sure.
up the road. And Martin Liedtke. He's been doing shitloads of good stuff as well.
Yeah,
Has anyone
without doubt.
seen starforts.com? I think that's
No.
what it's called.
Not I.
And I can't. I'm not in a position to look it up. I was going to say I can't be asked to look it up. But I'm not in a position to look it up. Sounds better. But apparently, it's got a list of all star forts in each country, and you click through, and it gives you photos and any sort of information. I don't know if Martin did that or it's someone else doing it, but either way, it's on my PC inside to have a good gander at my leisure. And I've got a lot of leisure at the moment.
Shout out to P900 Cool Pics. Sanders there
Yeah.
in chat.
Great sunspot video again today.
Yes. Excellent. I saw that as I was getting ready to nap.
I'm keeping an eye on sunspots since becoming a ham radio licensed doodah, because they make a big difference apparently, and it seems to correlate. The bands are getting very lively, and it's a known phenomena in ham circles that sunspots do that. And since we've just come through probably the lowest amount of sunspots in our memory, I think it's every 11 years or something they come around. They go through a cycle. We haven't had sunspots on the sun for donkeys, as far as I know. So yeah, it's interesting. And on that note, there is a worldwide ham radio competition kicking off in 17 minutes. So yeah,
Good luck, John.
I don't talk to people, don't be silly.
So you're just there for the listening, not for the.
I don't even listen. I've just got it, and I can use it if I need it. You know, like the car battery thing.
Exactly. Better to have it and not use it than to need it and.
Yeah, something like that. I use it with digital modes, so I don't have to talk to anyone, and they don't have to talk to me. So my computer goes, and theirs goes, and that's it. That's that's it. That's a bit of honking ham for you.
See what else? I just saw Flat Earth Subgenius Society.
Wow, flashback.
Dan Falkenbach in chat. Welcome, Dan. Actually, Billy Zig's not here yet. He's got the link. He and Brendan may pop in at any minute. It's like a jack in the box. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. He shared on the Discord server that he's got running over
Nice.
there.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
So, yeah, it's just like a Jack in the Box. Like I was saying, you just never know. Wait and see, and they might just pop in. So we're just kind of killing time. Zack and Cammy are hard at it there in the park across from the venue for FlatoberFest.
Getting CS gassed and plastic bullets.
Kettled, right? Kettled, rounded up, black bagged, and hauled off to the FEMA camps. Let's see. Poor Adam is homesick in bed, couldn't do it. So we wish Adam all the best energy and healing vibes. Get better, feel better.
Take your medicine.
And I'm still sitting here in the encroaching dusk as it creeps to darker and had a brief instant of light, and then it was taken away from me yet again by the power allowers.
Light a fire.
It's coming, don't worry. Well, it's wet out there now, so it'll take a while to get that wet wood going. Well, never mind.
Car
Never mind.
tires. Car tires. As you're taking the battery out of the car anyway, you might as well take the tires off and set them on fire.
Right, you're right.
Nelson
Fuel
Mandela
for the
style.
fire.
You got to put them around somebody's neck and fill it with motor oil, then light it on fire like
Wow.
Nelson Mandela.
That's horrible. Is that what he did?
Yeah, in his younger days. Yeah.
What an ambassador.
He and his, I think, wife at the time. Yeah, they were some pretty radical revolutionaries.
I mean, there's radical and then there's psychopath. Anyone who wants to do that, I mean, I've got no problem putting a bullet through the head of a pedophile who's been convicted, right? Which is not a, it's not a nice opinion and not one many share, but I wouldn't set someone on fire. You know, that's just taking it to a psychopathic level. Yeah, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No, that is definitely extreme. No doubt about it.
And is that in a book or something, or his memoirs? Or can't imagine too many people. Well, I didn't know about it, but then I have never researched Mandela
I forget.
or the effect, really.
I was say only his effect. That's all I'm familiar with.
I forget where the hell I heard that. I don't even remember. It's been a hot minute.
These things are easily forgotten, though, aren't they? They just sort of breeze across your front page and then gone again.
Uh-huh.
It's like Twitter. If you sit there, you could sit there for an hour and a half reading tweets and walk away, and you couldn't tell your wife one thing that you read.
No.
Yeah, it's goldfish syndrome or something.
Yeah.
I've got that
As long
on a
as you get
daily
that
basis.
dopamine dropping.
Oh, we've been joined.
Have we? Oh,
I don't know, actually.
Somebody's come to save the day.
From the back of a meat wagon.
I know that dude.
Oh, but he sounds like Walt with his camera on.
Right. I'll mute up.
You're muted, Zach. Don't mute until he unmutes.
Well, fuck. Now it's a game. I got to watch my screen and have my finger ready.
It's daylight there. Look. Fuck, it must be a ball.
Look at all these people. That is fucking awesome.
How many masks can you see?
Nary a one.
Nice.
Well, since all I'm seeing is you guys when you talk, put on the screen thing.
Oh shit! I don't even have it up. I'm still showing Billy Zig's Amazon page.
I don't know how to do it. How do I? Is it gallery mode or something? No.
The other one.
Oh, that'll do.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
since
on
he's
phone,
not
so I
speaking.
can't do it at
How
all.
are you gentlemen doing?
Hello. Can
Sorry,
you
I'm
hear us,
late.
Zach?
Yeah, I got to step away from the Yeah, what would you call this? The civil unrest with all these
Horde.
maskless, crazy people?
I love it.
I know, it's so awesome, dude.
How many there, you reckon?
Well over 50.
And that's just the Friday night.
Yeah, people are still arriving every couple minutes. There's new people getting in. I've met so many people that I've never met before already. It's awesome. This
That
is
is brilliant.
wish you guys were
So
here.
run us through some names. Who have you spotted?
Dire Straits, Mike is here, Just Jack, of course Bob's here, Witzit Gets It's here, Zulu One is here, David Weiss, Critical Inception, Alex is here, of course Mark Sargent, I think I said him, Karen B, Ted Summer. Let's see. Holy shit! Ace McLeod is here. What? I didn't know you were coming, man.
Look,
I know, I didn't tell no one. Because I didn't know if I could arrange everything.
Shout out Ace McLeod.
What's up, Ace?
what's up, man? What's up, Ace?
I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Alright.
just jumping in to
Prime
say
time.
hi and all that. Yeah,
Awesome.
giving him a rundown of who all's here.
I literally just was asking about him.
That's cool. That looks like an awesome event.
Yeah, this is awesome. Nobody's looking at their phones. Nobody's, everybody
Reading
just
chat.
hanging out. Yeah.
Well,
Nathan Thompson's here. Yeah, this is awesome.
Well, it
we got
turns
a
out-
bunch more people.
Jonathan's not going to make it this weekend, so you're not going to be able to give him a big old hug.
Yeah, he told me that this morning.
Yeah, he was.
Karen's not like that. I'm gonna kick his ass.
Yeah, I was sworn to secrecy that I wouldn't tell that he was going to be there. There's somebody else that I know who's going to be there that I've been sworn to
Are
not
we
say
live?
anything. Oh, damn right we're live.
Are we live?
Damn right we're live.
Awesome.
Yeah. Is Jason and Rose there yet?
Yeah, Jason and Rose just showed up. I gave Rose a big hug from all you guys. Dude, you should see some of these hugs I'm getting from people. Just people I've never met before. Never seen before. They're just like, hey, it's Zack. And they tell me who they are, they give me their YouTube handle and all that good stuff. It's like, oh my God. And yeah, just real hugs, not like a hug that comes up where your butt's sticking out and you're just, touching shoulders.
Get
they're
all
real
in
hugs.
there.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I
It's a
love it.
beautiful thing. David was chasing me around with his drone earlier.
What's going on?
It's
What's
David.
up, David Weiss? Deep
David
inside the
Weiss.
rabbit
Oh,
hole.
man, hey, how you doing?
Creator of the
live?
favorite
Yeah.
app. We are live.
You are live.
I just went through and left a rating, a 5-star rating on the app the other day on Amazon or no, on
Thank
Google
you.
Play. No,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Yeah, it was great. I noticed there was hardly
You guys-
anybody doing that.
I've been taking a survey, and so far nobody has known about the latest update, which is the world time. When you turn on the world time, it shows you what time it is everywhere in the world. Like it's 8
That's
a.m.
awesome.
It's 8 a.m. in Eastern Australia, and it's 6 p.m. No, it's 12 p.m. It's midnight in Australia, and so it goes around with the actual times. Wherever the sun is, it's noon, and people don't even know that exists.
Exclusively on Iron Realm Media.
There you go. That's called the world time.
World time.
That
Yeah.
is awesome.
Nice addition, Dave.
Well, that's a disgrace because David's been talking about this for donkeys. I mean, I've been listening of it getting developed and how much it cost, and that it initially came up as a complaint, didn't it? Because someone didn't have
Yes.
a clue how to work the. What was
The
that?
girl totally didn't understand what the app was showing. But I said, you know what? That idea is a good idea. It cost me over $1,000 to implement it, and nobody knows it's there.
We're gonna,
I'm
we
gonna
gotta
make a
shout
video
this
where
out, yeah.
I'm gonna mirror the app. I'm gonna go through all of the features, telling what it
idea.
is. I'm gonna probably gonna do it in like less than 10 minutes. And
You could even put it on there. As
I'll
like,
have it as an instruction video.
Yeah,
I already
instruction.
have an instruction video. If you hit the web button, the middle of it button there, the time Jaron and I reviewed it. But there's more features since then, so I got to do it again.
10-minute video from David Weiss. That's a
Blue Water
freaking
Bay.
documentary.
Yeah.
Blue Water Bay, because there's two of them.
Yeah, on Android, there's let's just say the people that are doing the knockoff they're trying to copy everything, but they're horrible at it. And let's say they rhyme with I don't want to say it, but a guy that's a color kind of rhymes with Fred, okay, and another guy that rhymes with pussy, okay, and they're literally trying to steal everything, but they suck at it. So
We can't keep you down.
yeah, no way.
Dave was working last night at the party. I had to stop him and be like, Dave, what are you doing? He's like, hold on, I got to get this done real quick. The guy never stops.
So what, you had a party well, I take it you had a party at Bob's last night, did you?
Yeah, and he pulls out his laptop. He's like, hold on, I just thought of this. I got to do this real quick.
It was quick.
Yeah, it was quick. You were quick about it, but
I made a T-shirt that we had talked about on Jaren's show, where Alex came up with a great T-shirt, and it's called "Shit's Fucked Up." Right? So I made a "Shit's Fucked Up" T-shirt with the Conspiracy Castle emblem on the chest. I want to order one. I want one.
I want one now
Shit's
too.
fucked up.
Shit's fucked up. You know how many people I've heard say that lately
Shit's
too?
Fucked Up is bigger than "Have a Nice Day."
It
Okay?
is.
Shit's Fucked Up 2020, right?
Perfect. I want one.
It'll be available on the app. If you hit the settings button, you scroll down, goes right to the T-shirt shop, and up come all of the T-shirts that are available through the app. There you go. You can even get a onesie.
Nice.
Nice.
You got no masks on there, have you?
Hell no, nobody has a mask on here.
No,
Dude,
I
I've
mean,
seen so many bumper stickers that say take that stupid face diaper off and stuff like that.
on the app, on his Teespring.
It's a Teespring link.
Are you
Yeah.
selling any
Have you-
masks on there?
Or are you selling any masks
No.
on there? No.
You really are a unicorn.
A unicorn.
He could have cashed in on that. Shekels galore.
Yeah, you need a unicorn shirt.
I have a sweater, ugly Christmas unicorn sweater. It's hideous.
No, I mean to sell.
I'm not
The unicorn.
gonna, maybe.
A little unicorn with a little yarmulke on.
I just filmed it with the drone, the sunset, and we can see the sun for almost 5 minutes after it's supposedly set. And the entire 15 minutes it was in the air, it just sat in the same place. It was no longer going down. It was at the end of its downward journey, and it just sits there until it faded out.
It's going away, David. You know that.
It's a rock solid proof that we're not spinning. Other than if we were spinning, we'd all be dead.
Give it time. So, are the police going to turn up there, do you think? Any
No, we
microwave?
rented this place. And
But
I
you
don't
still-
think there's any more state mandates at all.
Oh, none at all? I thought the city might have had one.
I think there's a city mandate or something like that, but I don't see them coming here.
Yeah.
No,
I haven't seen any cops yet or anything. Actually, most of the people here, nobody's wearing masks. I mean, all the guys out there playing their sports, everybody everywhere around here, nobody's really wearing masks.
Oh, well, good. Fuck them all.
You go into Walmart, you'll find a bunch of mask wearers, but that's everywhere else. It's about 50-50, except for here.
Yeah. Have you seen the things they wear to Walmart? Come on.
You know, what was that?
I said, have you seen the things that people wear to Walmart?
Yeah, the mask is the least of your worries.
me, Brian Stavely, and Fokker they wanted to get coffees, and we went to Dunkin' Donuts, and we went in, and we got thrown out. And we put up a bit of a stink, and then the manager comes out, swishes the employees out of the way, and she's literally wearing a stocking over her face. You can see her teeth and her lips and her tongue when she's talking, and it's under her nose. And I'm like, do you think that little piece of material is your new immune system? She goes, it doesn't matter. We can't serve you. Get out.
Really?
It was unbelievable. We're like, way to make a huge deal of it. We laughed.
Sue them. Sue them. We need people to sue these petty crimes against humanity.
We are.
No worries. Yeah, I mean, it's like they were saying in Greenville. I'm sure there's places that are all huffy puffy about it. But when you get out of Greenville, most people around, Karens and all that, Dave, nobody wearing masks.
No. We went into a liquor store and a convenience store. No problem. There's like one person in there wearing a mask, nobody else.
Yeah.
Dave, you got to send Rose back there tomorrow. You got to send Rose. You got to send Rose back there.
No,
tomorrow.
that would be cruel to the people wearing masks. I hate people that wear masks, but I would never send Rose upon them. That is just too cruel.
Dunkin'
You
Donuts.
will destroy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be bad. It would be
Rose here?
carnage. Carnage.
Jason, we're right over there.
Okay,
There she is.
Get 500 flat earthers to queue up outside Dunkin' Donuts with their
Yeah, we should all go over there.
and
Like
just
a
say,
Dunkin' Donuts, everybody.
look how much money you could have made.
It would hit the fucking news if y'all
Fill the
fuck with
place like a
Dunkin' Donuts,
concert.
for sure.
We are the news. Well,
Right?
Make him turn away an entire night's worth of income.
I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, we couldn't even get everybody to take a picture, let alone go to Dunkin' Donuts.
you watched. Dave Weiss later will be booking coaches to take people to Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow.
Right?
Get Rose on the blower, right?
Yeah, I'm
We
gonna
need
give her a
retribution.
hug right in front of you guys while you're saying hi.
How funny. Maybe just do them one at a time.
I love you. I love you, IRM.
She's
Hey,
busy
lady.
chatting with everybody, but she said, "I love all the IRM guys."
We need a pilgrimage to Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow, led by Rose.
One at a time, all day long. Make the manager spend the whole day telling people to get out of her store.
Yeah.
All she did was turn away business all day long.
Get them all to queue up outside with $5 and then get them to light it and burn the $5 and say, look how much you could have made, and walk off. Or it'd be lovely if there was another coffee shop or donut shop across the street and you just piled in there and gave them thousands of your money. Yeah, have a wit round. Let's have a GoFundMe to donate to the nearest donut shop other than Dunkin' Donuts that will serve people without masks.
So, did we get any guests tonight? I haven't heard.
You.
Yeah, so far it's been you.
Oh, okay.
Brendan may show up. Billy Zig's got the link. He may show up. We're just waiting on them kind of compiling in. I would have thought if they weren't here at 4, because I told them 10 p.m. GMT, but failing to remember that there was a time change.
Did you guys get a hold of Cammie? Because she's at home.
No, what?
What?
Yeah. She waited to the last minute and didn't get any of her stuff really all set up. So she's hustling and bustling to get it all together, looking for stuff.
No. Nor do I see any messages on Skype. Huh.
Oh, she might be sleeping after. She was up till like 2 or 3 in the morning, folding Glowbusters and Jeranism t-shirts.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I got me a little nap in after the show today.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm hoping mine will come at some point. I don't know. Somehow I got talked into going to a historical tour of the state penitentiary in the state. It's not the state penitentiary. It was just an old prison in the state capital here in Missouri, in Jefferson City. So there's like a historical tour in the daytime. Then they do like a haunted tour of it at night. And somehow I got talked into doing both tomorrow. So we're going to drive out there and spend the day like a tourist walking around an old closed state prison.
You want my lockpicks?
Yes.
Closed for now.
Actually, my uncle used to work in the lab when it was open. It hasn't been that long since it was in use. the fact that they're doing tours like this in it now makes me wonder what sort of disrepair it was in before it finally shut down. Jesus.
So, Zach, what time does it kick off tomorrow, and are there still tickets available?
I believe there are still tickets available, and it starts at noon. Our first.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a sensible time.
Yeah, it's so much better than 7 a.m. I mean, that made it hard. I mean, because at every single conference, we were up till like 3:30, closing down the bar, and then 7 a.m. it starts.
No,
What?
you're joking.
Yeah, after a weekend of that, you're dead, man. So this being able to get your sleep and everything, this is perfect. Just one day, and then we have, we started last night really over at Bob and Cammy's, and then Karen's, and yeah, Jack had stuff going on. They were shooting the AR. Did you see Mark Sargent shooting it?
No,
Just
but
Jack has a video out, and Alex Critical Conception.
I have to look that one up. But no, yeah, I've had 300 and whatever it is, 2 chances to get my ass on Ironworks at 10 a.m. in the morning here, and that ain't gonna happen. So 7, there wouldn't even be a point in me buying a ticket if they start at 7 a.m. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's a long day. So this is perfect. Starting at noon, I thought was a great idea.
Yeah.
Because it allows people that, can't leave Friday. So you could leave Saturday morning from, 4 hours away and still get there no problem. You could even fly in Saturday morning and still see all of it.
Yeah.
So
No, I
thought
think
it was a
that's
really
awesome.
good idea at the time. Yeah, this is going to go on for a couple more hours here, and then everybody's going to head over to the bar and do the karaoke.
And do the bar owner, do they know you're coming?
Yeah, it's the Shriners Hall, and it's open to the public.
It still cracks me up.
Did you say Shriners Club Hall?
You heard me.
Iron Realm confirmed. God dog it.
That's like the third or fourth one of those now.
I thought that was
Letting
like the
everybody
police
around.
encircling you or something. Riot shields.
Well, gents, I'm going to jump out of here. I'm going to go back.
No worries, mate. You can enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll check if you guys are on a little bit later. I know it can
Absolutely.
go long sometimes,
Later.
especially when.
And then
Brandon
once the karaoke starts, get with us. Hopefully
Yeah, I
my power
will.
will be back on. I can
Yeah.
sing one.
Maybe we'll either I'll go live or I don't know. We'll see.
Brilliant to catch up with you, Zach. Cheers.
Sorry, Savage. What was that?
Brilliant to catch up with you, mate. Cheers for that. You go and have a good time.
Love you.
I
Hug
will.
everybody.
You guys, I love you, and I will talk to you later this evening.
All right.
I'll be giving lots of big hugs from all you guys.
Love you too, Zach.
Sweet.
I wish everybody out there in the chat was here too. I love y'all. I'll give hugs for all you guys too. All right,
Sweet.
everybody. I love you.
Take
I'll
it
talk
easy.
to y'all later.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was cool. That was worth it just for that. Right, on that note.
So I've been out of the loop for sure, but has there been as much pushback for FlatoberFest as there usually is for all the other conventions and things that people put on? Is everybody bitching and complaining about a price of a ticket, or the fact that you have to do something or go somewhere? Or
It was $77 as far as I remember. I mean, that's pretty damn good. Value for money wise.
yeah, but somebody will bitch.
I think those people are all on their account, and we don't play with them in their yard anymore. We all stay in our yard.
Probably true.
Bitches
you
will
know what I'm
bitch.
saying? It kind of all busted out to the point. that
You're a
people
bit
get
quiet
tired
there,
of
Walt.
it. Oh, I moved around. Sorry, I went to go get the charger because it was getting perilous. Let me move back to the front. Hang on.
Sat in the car now, eh?
Pulling the battery. It's hard to talk and do that.
Well, I can definitely say I wish I was there.
Yeah, me too.
Looked like a really cool, chilled event.
Yeah, but that's some crazy energy popping off around there.
That will when the police show up.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's a
That's
whole
pretty-
nother kind of energy, John.
That's pretty bad about Dunkin' Donuts, though, isn't it? I imagine those are the only sort of places that can afford to turn people away at the moment.
Yeah, you say that.
All right, I'm outside now.
I just don't know that
The
they would.
cars are loud.
I think you do once in the morning, like before dawn, like right when they open. That's when you swarm as many people as you can muster, and you all descend at once. And you make them kick them all out. Then the rest of the day, they come in single file, one at a time, and get kicked right back out. Make them spend all day long turning customers away. See what kind of business sense that makes.
Yeah, I'd turn up with 500 people and negotiate with the woman with the stocking on her face, and until she realised it was in her business interest to say yes, okay, you're allowed in without a mask, and then I'd give her one of those finger condom birds and walk across the street and spend my money in the shop opposite and have it all live streamed. That's just me. Sitting in my chair in my battle bus in England, doing nothing.
Doing fuck all.
Well, I'm currently trying to make coffee in the dark because it has finally gotten dark in my kitchen. I'm just trying to keep you guys up to date on my situation.
I'm just
How are you making coffee?
blindly in the dark.
In the dark, didn't you hear me? Fuck. No, I'm making it with, I do iced coffee, so there's still ice that hasn't melted. I mean, we're not in the Stone Age here, John.
I'm just wondering how you're boiling
No,
water
I
to
don't.
make your coffee.
No, I don't have. It's all like a pre. So what I do is I grind my beans to a coarse ground consistency, and I have this thing called a toddy, which is a system that has literally been around since the 60s. Because I've tried all the home cold brew methods there are, doing it myself, cheesecloth, sewing my own bag, all these things, and it was all complicated and difficult until I found this system. So I will definitely take any product they would like to send my way as sponsorship for promoting their fine product. And that's how I make my cold brew. So it is sitting in the refrigerator in a nice glass container there, and I just pour it up. And if I make it really strong, I dilute it a bit with some water and add my little sugar and my little cream, and I go on about my day.
Well, I must have committed the logical fallacy of
Hot coffee.
presuming coffee was hot.
Demon. No, that's the demon version. That's the devil's drink. I heard. I don't play with that. Didn't the Pope say that was the devil's drink? No, I'm just not a fan of hot liquids. Never have been. Even as a kid, when it was time for hot cocoa, I pretty much would get a spoon, eat the melted marshmallows off the top, and you can keep the rest of that. I just never liked hot liquids.
Do you like soup?
I do like soup, but I don't like it when it's
Cold?
to the point that it's hot. I like it getting the room temperature version. Like that's where I'm at. What is it, Blue Bay? That's where I'm at. But definitely not a fan of over hot liquids in any way. During college, I would go sit at the coffee shop to study, not Dunkin' Donuts, and I would drink whatever crap that they would serve there just to stay awake, and it was horrible. I would have to wait for it to get almost room temperature, and it was not a fun experience. And once I discovered iced coffee and cold brew coffee, and that's what I like really is cold brew. Cold brew gets it to a point where it's tasty. You don't get the acidity of the hot water does to beans. It gives a very gut altering chemical due to the hot water does to the alkalines in it. And so, yeah, that 15 minutes after you drink hot coffee thing, yeah, that's where it's from. It's not from hot coffee, it's from what the coffee acidity is doing to your stomach. Cold brew removes that. However, cold brew actually doesn't give you the full time of the bean. I especially learned that when grinding my own bean. So what I do now is
You're
I boil
starting a
about.
robot, mate.
Oh shit! I need to get back in front. So I was walking back in here to the coffee. Because when I was explaining it, you need to hear all this. Oh gosh, cold coffee. When I make it,
We need this transcript.
I take it with making out with 7 cup water to 12 ounces of bean. And I do about 5 cups, 5 cups of water. 7 cups of water. And 5 cups of those water, I boil it to almost boiling point. And I pour that inside it. So you a bloom from the heat hitting the bean. Sit for an hour and then drop the other 2 cups in there. Stop the process. And it's become the most amazing cold brew coffee I've ever experienced without having the stomach of the hot coffee. I'm learning the craft.
Well, there's our dissertation on coffee. Thank you. Thank you, Walt.
Thank you.
But
Thank everyone.
seriously, you're breaking up.
Still, and I'm being still now.
No, you're okay now. Okay now.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, use some hot water first, and then add cold water, and that's the secret to cold brew coffee. And when you do that, you have to adjust your brew time. You don't want to do 20 hours. You probably do about 15. I just did 13, and that was a little under. So I did 15 on this last one, and it's pretty much on point.
So you don't partake in the English cup of tea then? Or is it iced tea?
No, it's all about iced tea for me. I had an aunt when I was growing up who would have hot tea, and I would have it with her just because it was cool that my aunt was making us hot tea. And it would sit there until it got cold, and then I would drink it because I'd never liked hot liquids.
It can be the hottest day of the year here, and you'll still find us drinking tea. Hot tea. Okay. Presupposition, you see. Tea, coffee. Could all be cold or hot.
Right.
Anyway, enough about tea and coffee. Josh, I know you've got something for us.
The hell makes you think that?
Just a stab in the dark. Speaking it into existence. How's the house going?
It's going along swimmingly. We are
Found
still.
all your paperwork?
It's I'm just missing one W-2. The lady
It's
was
ironic, though, isn't it, that you got married to simplify things, and it seems to have completely cocked your whole buying a house thing up.
Well, we could have probably avoided it had we known. Had we planned to buy a house, say, a month ago.
That sort of helps, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it's just, again, I just had no reason to save this paperwork. I've never used it for anything other than filling out my taxes at the end of the year.
No. Mine goes on the fire. Well, I don't get any paperwork anymore. I'm sure I'll need it one day, or at least my legal fiction will. But good luck to him. I wish him well.
All his endeavors.
Nothing to do with me. Well, that's us out. You want to open the phone lines?
Yeah, we could probably actually do that. Not that anybody ever. I guess they do
But
sometimes.
if we can't even get the panelists to show up, then it's pretty.
Well,
cool.
to be fair,
cool.
it's only been 80 minutes since we've started. Brendan still had to get home, get the kids settled, and all that
Oh
good
no,
stuff.
I meant Rob. Lazy Aussie twat.
Bogan cunt. I don't know where the hell he is. Why he couldn't feel compelled to show up at least.
He's got nothing to say, apparently.
Well, he can come have nothing to say with the rest of us.
Exactly. That's what I told him. Your pay's being docked.
There we go. We could open up the flat line. 304-503-3528. Should you be so inclined. I might even have some on-screen text somewhere. Better open that back up just in case. Just make it small. There we go.
And from the UK, that would be 001 304 503 flat. Is that right?
I couldn't tell you. I've never called the flat line from the UK. That'd be an interesting experiment. Sweet.
Just set a fire
Jesus.
extinguisher off or something? Or have you just blasted off to Mars, maybe? Yeah.
Exactly.
He's
We got
in low Earth orbit now.
hit by one of those sugar trucks.
Don't joke. Don't speak it into existence.
I'm hoping he'll look both ways before crossing the street.
I heard a hit piece this week on brand YouTube. Ooh.
Oh, look at that. Somebody's actually calling.
Oh, shut up.
Hello, caller. Thanks for calling. Have no fear.
Hey, how's it going, brothers?
Hey, happy Friday. Who are we talking to?
My name is Danny, Danny Quatch.
What's up,
Danny? Professor Figure is my YouTube channel name or something.
Well, what's going on, Danny? Happy Friday.
Welcome, Danny.
Happy Friday. I'm just in the middle of baking at my cafe here, and I'm always listening to the Truth family out there, busting truth on folks, and
That's
got y'all
awesome.
on a live stream today, so that's cool.
Are you anywhere near New York?
I'm actually in Portland, Oregon, where all the fun stuff is going on.
Really? Dude, real quick.
Yeah. Yep. So excuse me if you hear a bunch of ovens slamming and stuff. So I'm in the middle of baking at my cafe right now.
No, do it. Don't worry about the sound.
Walt had a comment, but I think we've lost him or cut him off. How's it going up there in Portland?
I'm right on the outskirts of where the downtown with all the crazy shit's going on. So, I'm far enough away that I don't get any of that madness out here. But definitely when I go into town, it's all the businesses are boarded up, and the homelessness has just gone rampant. I mean, You know, I feel for those brothers and sisters that are out there on the streets and stuff. But I mean, as far as protesting and stuff goes, I haven't run into any crowds or, you know, messing with me or anything like that myself. But I know that there's certain pockets that you see a lot of the madness going on. And so when I'm like with my kids and stuff, I kind of veer around it. But I do have a friend that he works with Homeland Security, and he said he went down there in civilian clothes, and he was just kind of walking around making sure, you know, during these protests that shit wasn't, you know, popping off or whatever. And there was a group of kids. He said there were about 15 or so, 13, 15-year-old kids, and they were jumping and beating up a homeless guy. And so he kind of came in there and tried to break it up, and he didn't pull out, you know, credentials or nothing. He just acted like a regular person trying to break it up. And they punched him in the face. And so he's like, dude, you know, and there was a bunch of kids yelling Black Lives Matter. And it happens to be a bunch of, you know, white kids yelling Black Lives Matter that punched him in the face, you know. It's like,
Wow.
what the fuck is going on, dude?
Does it feel like it's contrived, or, you know, paid actors sort of thing, or paid groups that are doing this? Is it localized?
It seems like I think personally, it seems like it's instigated by some kind of, you know, I mean, someone's paid to instigate it, and then once they get it instigated, then, you know, the followers that come around that,
yeah,
they don't even really have an agenda as part of
they just want to vent their anger somewhere.
So they just
Someone
start,
starts it
yeah,
off,
exactly.
and then
They just want to get their anger out, and they just start yelling Black Lives Matter, and then they start, you know, punching people and breaking shit, and it's like they wanted to do that anyways, but they're not really doing it for the what do you call it, like the real passion for Black Lives Matter. They're just doing it because they want to get the anger out, you know.
yeah. So it's kicked off by provocateurs, and then let the mob do their thing. Sounds about right, because we've been seeing, you know, crates of bricks being delivered to street corners and stuff like this, haven't they? Have you seen anything like that?
Yeah, I haven't seen it myself, but I heard that there was people putting, you know, big pallets of bricks around, and but I haven't seen those myself. But I know it's out there. I mean, right now it's like someone told me that they're paying $40 an hour for people to get involved with these protests.
Wow. Find an advert for that, and there's a YouTube video straight there. How are you? I mean, how's your business going? But you're in a cafe, is it?
Yeah. Thanks for asking, man. You know, we're doing okay. The good thing is the product that we sell is, you know, coffee. You can put it into go cups, and then our food that we sell is like these little portable buns, and so people kind of come in and grab and go. We don't have table service or indoor seating right now, so it makes it easy. But the problem I've been having is, I call them mask cards. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but I know it's not offending you guys. But I call them mask cards. But they'll come in here, and they'll be like, "Why aren't you wearing a mask?" I'm like, "Well, because I'm not required to if I can stay 6 feet from you." That's my first answer. And then they'll ask again, like, "Well, you're supposed to be wearing a mask," and they kind of try to raise their voice a little bit. I'm like, "Well, you know, if you want to hear the truth, it's like, because they don't fucking work. It doesn't do shit." And so they get kind of annoyed. And then this one guy, just the other day, this guy, full grown man, standing at my door saying, "Hey, could you put on a mask for me?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not going to do that." And he's like, "Come on, man, this is how you keep a community together, is, you know." And I was like, "So you want me to jump off a bridge with a bunch of people in the community, and that's what you call, like, you know, keeping the community together?" Nah, dude. And he's like, "Oh, you're with all that conspiracy theory shit. Come on." And he started shaking, right? And he was like, look, I'm you got me so nervous, I'm shaking. I was like, "I'm not the one that got you nervous, man. You got yourself nervous, dude." And this is, you know, I mean, I'm in my cafe. I got customers all around that and he's just acting like a damn big giant, like a big child. So I
He
was like,
needs to head down the road to Dunkin' Donuts. Sounds like they'll satisfy his fear. But you sound like the coolest cafe in Oregon at the moment. If you want to give out your company details or anything, anyone in Oregon wants to have a nice relaxed cafe environment like it used to be, remember, not 12 months ago, then you feel free. If not, I fully understand.
I know the people that are listening to this are probably free thinkers and, into truth. So I don't mind dropping it. And my place is called the Happy Sparrow Cafe, and it's in Lake Oswego, right outside of Portland. So it's a little cafe out here. And,
sweet.
These.
I go to the Nectar there.
Yeah,
quite
appreciate
often.
that plug. What was
if I
that?
lived there, I would be there. I would be going to yours. I would go out of my way to come and drink coffee in your place. We need more
thanks
people
a lot,
like
brother.
you. Well
Thanks
done.
a lot, brother. I wanted to say something real quick too. That I just found out last night, which was crazy. I mean, yesterday afternoon. I guess it could be in the realm of Mandela. I'm not sure, but do you guys remember? I mean, I'm sure you guys can name off all the oceans that we were taught in school, right? Do y'all remember the Southern Ocean as being one of our oceans? Because I was teaching my daughter, through her homeschool lessons and stuff, and now there's besides the other four oceans that we grew up learning, there's the Southern Ocean now. So
Yeah,
I don't, and they're trying to
that.
put it in the lesson. It looks like it's always been there. It's trying to say that it's like it's always been there. It's always been the fifth ocean, the Southern Ocean.
The
I only
only
remember
reason I
four.
know that is because I did exactly the same with my kids. We were sat around dinner table and asking them to name the oceans. So it was 7 seas, wasn't it, when I was a kid? And yeah, Southern Ocean is a thing now, but I never knew it. I mean, I don't even know if we can list the oceans. Can you? You got the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian, the
And Arctic.
Arctic Ocean, Antarctic Ocean, is there? Or
when I was in school, it was the Arctic Ocean, and that was the only four that I knew of that I remember. I don't remember any other ones. I mean,
can we name the
as
7
far as
seas?
I don't know.
Sea.
I can't name the 7 seas. Maybe there's some other seas in there, but as far as like the China Sea, those places.
Yeah.
But as far
South
as
China
the name of
Sea.
actual ocean, I just remember 4.
Yeah, likewise. Atlantic,
right?
Indian, Pacific, and Arctic.
Right? So now there's the Southern Ocean. I don't know if they're trying to pull one on us, or did they just add that on? But it seems like in the lesson, it seemed like it looks like it's always been there. It's always been 5. But my wife and I looked at each other like, hold on, are we like, not remembering something that the Southern was in there or something?
Well,
So we've been
apparently
just
that
kinda
is the case, my friend, because I just got up and looked at my Gleason's and it's got the fucking Southern Ocean on it.
What?
Gleason's quite old, isn't it?
And it's there since 1890 something. So that's interesting
Really?
because I never knew about the Southern Ocean.
Right? I
Just
mean, going to school, I don't think we were taught about the Southern, right? But now it's on the Gleasons? What the hell? That's some crazy shit right there. That's some Mandela shit right there. So it's always been there then, evidently.
The Southern Ocean is also known as the Antarctic Ocean, according to P900 Coolpix. Thank you for that.
Huh.
I'll have to go look up. This is exactly the reason I bought an Encyclopedia Britannica from, I think it was 1959 I got. because I wanted it had to be prior to the moon landings. So I got.
So you got the 1959 version. Is that the one that that has the dome, the 13,000-foot dome or something like that? Or is that 1958?
I've not looked. I bought it, I think, in an auction for about 20
Uh-huh.
quid, because they go for less than toilet paper these
Because
days.
I've actively been looking for that encyclopedia set that has that, and I've come close. I've got the year before, maybe, or the year after, or something, but I don't have the one that has it.
Yeah,
Right,
I've been
know
hearing
what
that it's
year
a
it was.
1958 version, but I wonder if your version has that that statement of the dome in Antarctica.
But
That would be
even
cool to have that in your library.
well, I will look it up. What was it under? Antarctica, I presume.
I guess.
Yeah.
There's a few channels out there that have they've had that a copy
Yeah,
of it.
I think that's where it is, John.
I mean,
Mhm.
as far as I'm aware, though, it's a bit sketchy, that quote, because a lot of the mountains or hill peaks or whatever are called something dome down there.
Oh, you're right. Dome A, Dome B.
Yeah, so they may. I don't know. I mean, whether they just sort of. It's ironic, that's for sure, but it's not conclusive for my likes, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, you totally make sense. I have a buddy that he's a doctor, and once a year, or I think once every other year, he goes with a team that they send him to Antarctica, and there's a bunch of like National Geographic explorers or something down there that he goes. He says he goes right into this kind of like a base camp, and he's a doctor for these explorers and these people down there, but he doesn't really get out to do any exploring himself. They just kind of do like a little bit of kind of around the area, the campus that he's on.
Yeah.
Go around there, and the campus that he stays at is called like Dome F, I think, or Dome E or some shit like that. And I'm like, and I was trying to kind of pry at him a little bit. I'm like, so they call it Dome. I wonder why they call it Dome. And he's not a flat earther or anything, but I was
I'm
just trying
sure
to
there's
see
a
why, why they
Rockefeller
call it
dome or.
He's like, oh, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, dude, you were in Antarctica, and dude, that's freaking crazy. But you have no idea.
Yeah.
But then and I was trying to pry at him and see, like, could you get out of there and go explore? He's like, oh no, if you did, you'd probably die out there and shit. And so he's been brainwashed like everyone else out there that thinks that, that right there is the bottom of the earth. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a clever stunt they've pulled, because we can't prove it otherwise. It would be like having an outpost in the middle of the Gobi Desert, and saying, well, anyone can go off and explore all they want, but you'd have to bring your own supplies, your own transport, your own tents and heaters and all sorts. I mean, there's just. Yeah, they have their bases in Antarctica, but you're not gonna just set off and go walking, because you're just gonna turn to ice most likely and never be seen again. So they've got it sewn up like a kipper, basically, absolutely sewn up. But I do like the dirigible idea. The what is it? The Zeppelin idea. Everyone
that's
seems
a great
to be,
idea.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to be hung up on the how do we make sure that it's going south in a straight line, because of GPS and all these other things. But I would just suggest that you have a good quality gyroscope and line it up with south, i.e. the opposite of north, with your magnetic compass before you take off, and leave it, because it stays rigid in space. So if you want to follow a straight heading that doesn't rely on magnetic compasses or those sort of things, then get yourself a gyroscope, and that will, if you set it at south, that will stay pointing at south. If people want to go just south without
That's a
using
great
GPS.
idea. Great idea. I wonder if you brought a circumnavigator. I mean, a celestial navigator out there that knows the stars and knows how to read the stars well enough to navigate with them.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would help you.
They would have to be
stay
sort of.
stay your direction.
They'd have to be sort of South Pole born and raised to know those stars, though, wouldn't they? And if we're heading south, away from all known star formations, then presumably we would start seeing constellations that we've never seen before.
Right.
And so the
celestial gotta be an Argentinian, someone from Argentina.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they'd have to. I mean, to rely on the stars means that the stars need to be mapped. So
you're right.
If we're heading off the map, then the stars, I don't know, they would only be useful to the point where we could see a star behind us that we knew was northern, and then it would fall out of view as we got away from it. But the gyroscope would carry on pointing south, I imagine. I'm purely going on the theoretical here. So that would be my way of navigating anyway, would be to use a gyro compass or a gyroscope.
That's a great idea. I think that gyroscope sounds like a solid plan.
Well, and the dirigible. I mean, those. You remember the Led Zeppelin or whatever, the Zeppelin? That thing.
The giant one?
Yeah. I mean, surely that could have carried fuel that would take it, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 miles. I'm pulling figures off the top of my head here. It could be 10,000 miles with enough fuel on board to turn it around and come back. Again, using the gyroscope. All you got to do is turn it around and come back. Well, at that point, you could use a magnetic compass if it went out that far.
Yeah. And definitely use solar and, as much solar as possible until you have to use fuel.
Yeah. Again, I think the solar would quickly run out until we possibly came into another sun's system. Who knows?
One of the sun dogs down there.
Well, another sun, possibly. Who knows? In another pond.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I like that that concept of the pond. We're like in our own pond, and what if there's more continents in another pond that they go to? Kobe Bryant, Michael Jackson, Bruce Lee, they're all over in that extra pond over there.
Well, I mean, there could be a continent in the middle of the Pacific, or sorry, should I say the Southern Ocean, that we've never even been able, well, because of GPS, we never even know exists. But that's where that woman who flew off the map is living, and David Bowie, and like you say, Michael Jackson.
Flight 370. Flight 370.
Oh, 370. Yeah. That would be on the runway down there. Yeah. I mean, it might not even need to be another pond, but yeah, I see. I like what you're saying. But again, also, let's say you had one of those Led Zeppelins. Do you remember the early ones where people were powering them on push bikes, with chain and sprockets? Oh yeah,
and they just had the fan in the back, pretty much connected to the bike.
Yeah. So if you had like 300 people on board this huge Zeppelin, all spending 4 hours a day on, off 4 hours a day, pedaling this dirigible, right? I'm literally speaking this into existence now. This is going to happen, right? Then you wouldn't need any fuel anyway.
Uh-huh.
And then you could get Zack on board to make hydrogen to keep it afloat, and it's going to happen.
That's a great idea, actually, too. Literally, manpower.
And we need some sort of cloaking device, so it's radar quiet, so they don't know we're coming. I don't know how that would work, but I'm sure there's some spray paint you can pick up at Lowe's that means we don't turn up on radar. But you can literally, I mean, when this thing went from the UK to America, it was only a couple of 100 feet off the ocean. You know, radar needs to be at a certain height. So you could literally just bob along, 150 foot off the ocean. They wouldn't even know you're coming. Anyway.
Sounds like a plan. And it's supposedly on the map, it's only, 3,000 feet across, right? So
3,000. Sorry, what is?
Antarctica is supposed to be, I mean, on the map. I went on Google Earth and I did some mapping of my own, not mapping, but like just quick measurements, and it looked like it's equivalent to about 3,500 feet. I mean, 3,500 miles. 3,500 miles across.
Yeah, because it's about 12,000 miles in circumference, as far as I know. Although apparently that takes you, 3-4 years if you're in Cook's boat, or an extra $50,000 if you're that single-handed woman crossing the Antarctic who didn't. Yeah, I mean, I've always had the idea of, like, they've got the rule that you can't go beyond the 60th latitude south. So why could you not get two planes taking off above 60 degree, let's say 55 degree latitude south, taking off in two different directions and flying around? Because, if you're 55 degrees latitude south, then the circumference isn't going to be that much. It'll probably be, I don't know, 15,000 miles maybe. Set off two planes in opposite, one flying west, one flying east, and seeing how long it took until they went past each other. Because on a flat Earth, they probably would never see each other again. But on a ball Earth, they should see each other in, 12 hours? 6,000 miles? So they should come past each other in 12 hours on the ball at, say, 55 degrees latitude. But on the flat Earth, after 12 hours, they'd have gone 6,000 miles. And they would be probably further apart than when they took off.
Right.
That's another
That would
reason.
be a great test to prove it. But like you said, you got to be cloaked.
Well, no, because you're not breaking any rules doing this. You're not going beyond the 60 degree south latitude. You're allowed to use fuel. You're allowed to use, you can charter a plane. They don't even have to know anything about it. But that's a challenge for Wolfie 6020. Put your balls where your mouth are, and fund. You're offering 10 grand to put people on planes and this and the other.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so take off two planes from New Zealand, South New Zealand, and head off in different directions, and within 12 hours you should come past each other. If you don't, then your world is a lie.
That's a good one. We need to We need to tell Logan Paul to do it.
Yeah. Any of these assholes that think we live on a ball, just prove it. Because as yet, you've not proved anything. Ever.
And speaking of Logan Paul, did y'all already have that feeling about that asshole before he was at
Yeah, I think most people did. I'd never actually heard of him, to be fair, but yeah, it's like the BBC ringing you up wanting an interview. You know, are they really going to give you a fair shout? Are they really going to? No, of course they're not.
Yeah, I can just feel it from all his. You know, he's an actor, and he was trying
He
to do
felt
his best
slimy.
to
He
touch
just
her.
felt slimy.
Say that again.
The whole time he was videoing there, he felt just slimy. That's all that kept coming through, and the fakeness of it just kept pushing through, especially with his friend. You know, the one who fell off the edge or what the fuck ever, that crap. That dude was even more fake. He was even more fake than Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah.
The only reference or even knowledge I had of him, other than knowing he was a YouTuber because we're on YouTube, is the whole, like, when he went to the suicide forest in Japan, when that story came through, I saw it in my feed because we check news, so we know, talk about space crap or whatever on our radio show. We didn't even talk about it because we didn't want to give the dude any press because he's a fucking idiot. And that was I think the year before that happened. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know much about that idiot, but because he was starting, his name was popping up with the Flat Earth stuff before that he put that film out. I saw that he, I looked on his channel and see what he does, and he's just like another jackass kind of guy, and
that's all it took was 5 minutes of his channel is all it takes to know what he's about.
Yeah,
dude, my goldfish brain has forgotten your name already, and do you want to put it out again? Danny from Portland.
Danny Quatch. But my channel is called. I mean, I don't really have a channel. I mean, I have no channel just because I need one to comment and stuff. But I go by Professor Figure. Professor Figure.
Gotcha. How did you hear about Ironworks or IRM or whatever?
I mean, I guess maybe through listening to Truth, other Truth channels and stuff, and your channel, his channel popped up, and I kind of dabble in and out of different videos, and he puts out some good stuff, man. What is your name again from Iron Realm?
Josh Corey.
That's me.
Josh. I was going to say Josh too, but
I'm so stupid. The guy you were speaking with the English accent goes by the moniker of John Savage. The guy who you got the call and answered the call, his name is Josh Corey. John's trying to push off some of the glory of it all.
He's talking about YouTube video. I don't make YouTube videos.
Oh, so the guy from Iron Realm Media is Josh, right?
Yeah, typically.
Yeah. Josh is definitely here. The guy who was at the conference just minutes ago, that's Zack. He does his own channel stuff as well.
Okay.
We're a diverse group,
what's your name?
man.
What's your
I'm
name?
Walt. I'm Flat Earth Head. I have a channel I used to do stuff on, and then I started hanging out with these nuts, and all that went to the dust. But every now and again, I'll stick something over there, musical, or if there's a storm coming through, I'll throw something over there. But yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us. I am from the South, as you probably hear. I just saw you're from Texas, reading here on your website. And that you're now in Portland is interesting. I spent a lot of time in Portland. My family from down here all live up there now in the Tualatin area. So I know Lake Oswego very well.
Oh, that's cool. We're right next door to Tualatin, actually.
Yeah, that's what I say. I know exactly where you're at, my friend. I will definitely come hang out at your cafe the next time I'm there in town. Don't you worry. I've got it all marked.
Brother.
I've wrote down your name and all the info over here. I'm going to check you out for sure.
Oh, cool. Appreciate it, brother. And yeah, I grew up down in Houston and Austin area, so I'm from the South myself.
Yeah, we need like in the UK we've got what's it called, the yellow pages, or a list of businesses, a business directory, should we say? But we need a flat Earth,
right, a flat
mask
friendly
friendly
or something, right?
business directory where you can just look up a plumber or an electrician.
Flat friendly finder hashtag copyright. What is it? October 23rd, 2020. Iron Realm Media. I'm just making sure nobody steals it.
Yeah, we need the app.
Oh man, do it, brother, do it.
Get David Weiss on that, and then you can go and register.
And the unicorn gets all the money. No, I'm kidding.
He'll donate it straight back to you, mate, and your power bill.
And right, and the electricity power.
Car batteries. It'll buy you
it'll all work.
a generator.
A generator. I'm backed up. It's all good.
There you go. But yeah, so you submit your business and you get listed in the thing with GPS coordinates or even gyroscope coordinates. And so, yeah, you rock up in Oregon or whatever, and you're like, I really want a donut. I don't want to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Fuckers.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. I want my tires changed. I don't want to give it to a fucking baller. Let's build the Flat Earth Business Directory. There you go. Speak that into existence.
Oh man, it's gonna manifest, brother. I think it's gonna happen.
It will, man. It will. It's been said now.
Yeah. Cool,
and there'll be advertising revenue and everything. Don't worry, David. We'll make sure the shekels keep flowing. No, David White.
Oh, gotcha.
Because of course he's the only one that does anything in Flat Earth.
Yeah, I wish I could be at the FlatoberFest right now. That would be really cool.
Oh, looks like so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
We were there a minute ago. Did you see it?
Yeah, I mean, I just got to see David Weiss and stuff at the park and stuff.
That's right. So we're there in spirit.
Yeah,
truly.
Definitely.
We have a representative. Well, we have two representatives there, and
no one apparently.
We were there.
Yeah, Kimmy's not there.
Oh, she's not there. I missed it.
Yeah, no, she stayed at home. She didn't get her stuff ready for tomorrow, and she's still up late folding Blockbusters and Jeranism T-shirts, and yeah,
she's breathing into a brown paper bag at the end of her bed at the moment.
Right.
Kimmy's brilliant though, man. She's definitely a brilliant mind.
Oh yes, she.
Her and Zack are both on another level, dude. That's why we are so blessed that they graced us hanging out with us bunch of nut jobs over here at the Iron Realm, because they bring it to a different level with what their brains go to. I love the way it's constantly a brain melter, truly. I mean, and to have them over there doing the thing they're going to do, I don't understand why they're so nervous. They come across so real and genuine, and everybody loves them so much. I hope you're listening, Zack and Cammy. Definitely. You guys rock it, man. Stop being so damn nervous.
That's why they're nervous, because they're
settle
real.
your nerves and get up there and do your thing.
Go in the back, puke, get it over with, hit the stage. That's how you do it, man. That's what you do when you're rocking.
Yeah, slap Bob real quick and get it out of you, and then get up there.
Hats off to all these guys. I just have so much respect for the people that have put time and effort in over the last six years to keep this train rolling, because it ain't going anywhere. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And
amen.
Yeah.
You know what's real. You know it's real, and you know it's going somewhere. Whenever they're trying to derail, they're throwing all this shit out there to derail everybody. So
yeah.
The more they put out there to say how stupid Flat Earth is and all that stuff, the more they do that, the more you know that you're making ground.
You're over the target.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're getting flack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and nothing has received more flack than the subject of Flat Earth. I don't think. Can anyone think of anything else that's received so much censorship? I mean,
I was at a barbecue, and I brought up Sandy Hook, And, you know,
There
nobody,
you go.
they were just they laughed about it or whatever, you know, and then I brought up the moon landing, and then they kind of laughed about it. And then when I brought up the flat earth, they were like, "You're an idiot. You're a moron. You got to be a complete moron to believe something like that." And then I was like, hey, chill out, man. You know, we were friends 5 minutes ago, but now you're calling me a moron, you know. And then I was
And
like, dude, that's
the flat
definitely
Earth has
the
the
only
most.
subject.
It's something you can prove. I mean,
Mhm.
you can't go back now and prove a school shooting, or you know, other than from third party videos and that sort of thing, 9/11, all this sort of thing, JFK being
Right,
shot,
right.
none of that. But you can literally step out your front door and go and prove whether it's flat, round, stationary, still, whatever. It's hilarious that the programming and cognitive dissonance just kicks in, and it's truly a study for anthropology, for psychology, for all these things that you just read about in a book. You can now see it in mask wearers as well. You know, the
Mhm.
abject fear that they've been feeling, and the only ones that feel it are the ones that watch TV or believe this shit.
Yep.
It's hilarious. Well, if it
Exactly.
wasn't so crap.
Hmm. And speaking
Sorry,
of
Danny.
those other things, have y'all seen, like, on your I guess on your, you know, news feeds and stuff, have y'all been seeing a lot of stuff about like Tyrannosaurus Rex baby head found or some shit?
Yeah,
And
man,
so
I
they
saw that. I dropped the stories, and then we had, I think somebody called in that day or something, got us sidetracked. I was going to talk about that on TFR. In fact, I put a string of stories after it showing how the dinosaurs were never found until after the theory of evolution and all the stuff that kind of goes into the disproving it, but we never addressed it. So yeah, talk about it a bit. It's crazy.
it's so stupid, man. I mean, I feel like they're always trying to show these paleontologists or whatever that, oh, they found this and they found that. Well, they talk about they found this with Tyrannosaurus Rex feed. I don't know if it's a fetus or an infant or whatever, but it's the size of a mouse or a rat or something. And then it's hairy, right? They say that it's hairy. It's just to make you, just to touch people's hearts, you know, for people to fall in love with the little T-Rex. And then it grows up to be like freaking, you know, 2 buses or some shit, you know. It's just ridiculous, you know, and it's just, I think that they're doing their best to put more out there about the dinosaurs, more out there about these meteors. And then I think last week there was a new discovery of some sea creature that looked kind of like a blue whale, half dinosaur or some shit. And they just keep on putting these out there, you know, on the news feeds every now and again. And people read it and they just kind of, oh wow, you know, they repeat it just as if they're saying, oh, you see the Tesla convertible in space, you know, it's by Mars now. And they talk about it as if it's so true, and you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, they like to double down. It's like a baller. They literally cannot admit even one argument without having to question their whole paradigm. So they have to double down, and they have to tell you how they're landing on asteroids, and they're going to bring a gram of stuff back. And
Oh
tell us how
yeah, that was the
universe
dumbest
works.
shit. Did you notice that they didn't use the word vacuum? They used the word Hoover on that article. They kept saying, "Oh, it's going to hoover up a gram. It's going to hoover up, you know, do a puff of air and then hoover up, you know, some dust or something." But they wouldn't use the word vacuum in that
Obviously,
entire article.
this guy had a little problem in the 80s with, you know, hoovering and grams. And anyway,
Well,
I just thought it was
aren't they
hilarious. Like, they're not going to use the word vacuum because they know that you can't.
because they're in a vacuum.
Yeah, exactly.
already.
How are you going to vacuum puff up air in a vacuum? Oh, it's ridiculous. It was cracking me up.
I mean, I haven't even looked into this. I don't know how far away it is. I don't know how the hell it's meant to be getting back. But all I do know is that everything they've showed us to date can be dismissed with childish. I can't even work out what I'm saying. I need coffee, don't
Yeah.
I need to get over to a cafe.
You
Get
need to
myself
get
some
some of that.
mask-free coffee.
Who was that talking about that cold brew earlier?
That was Walt.
That was me. I'm an addict. I'm Walt. Hi, I'm Walt. I have a problem. I love the way it smells. Love the way it tastes.
Oh man, I'm around it all day, every day. And I heard you talking about that cold brew, and I was like, you got it down right, man. You know, because I make cold brew I make like 5 pounds of cold brew at a time over here.
Right?
It's a hot item. It's a hot item.
Have you tried the hot bloom in it before you go cold to get all the flavors out of the bean? Just wondering.
Oh, I haven't. I heard you talking about that. And I was in the middle of running around, but I was like,
It's interesting. I mean, I'll try it for yourself at home before you break out 5 pounds worth, maybe.
Yeah, I'll
definitely.
try like a half pound or something with that hot.
Yeah,
I usually use cold water.
It gives it the robust.
And then I put it in the refrigerator.
Right. It gives it that back of the throat thing that you're looking for that you don't quite get with the cold brew. It's really tasty that way. It gives it all the. Like I said, hi, I'm Walt. I have problems.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with some good old coffee, man. It's natural, man. It's a natural high.
And now I see Martin Liedtke and just join chat.
Martin Liedtke?
Yeah. You can jump on if you want, man.
Definite friend of the realm, for sure.
He's
man, I love that guy, man. He's awesome, man. I love Martin.
Can we get more than one person on, Josh? Can we get more hamsters running in the wheel? I mean, Martin's a honorary IRMer by all accounts.
Yeah, I mean, if I need to jump off so y'all can chop it up with.
No, you're good. You're good. No, hang out. Yeah, you're good.
We have a way.
Okay, cool.
We have some way of doing it. No, we had a good chat.
Yeah, he was
Martin.
talking about those statues earlier, you know, like.
Yeah, well, that's why I was thinking maybe. Tell us what you understood from it.
I don't know. I mean, it kind of reminds me of how they were talking about. You know, remember with the myth of Medusa making people turn into stone.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at her or whatever, it kind of reminded me of that. You know, like I don't know wherever that myth came from. What if there's some kind of truth to that, where they can actually encapsulate people in stone?
Turn you to stone, yeah.
That was kind of crazy how it
came up on Wednesday, actually, wasn't it? Excuse me.
How he was pulling. I mean, some of those statues looked so like the pinching of the skin and stuff that looked so real, you know. And I don't know. I was just cracking. I was like, so why are all these old Greek statues, you know, the male figures, why do they have like tiny little Peters, you know?
Steroids, I imagine. Yeah, they don't do themselves any favors, do they? You think if you're going to cast yourself in marble, you'd get a schlong like, what's his name? Matt Powell.
or John Wayne Bobbitt.
Instead of this tiny little.
But I always thought that was funny. That came up in my brain. I was thinking, you know, if it was some kind of way for them to, you know, put stone around people or whatever, like real live bodies, those guys had little Peters. But if you were actual sculptor, right, and making these figures, wouldn't you endow these guys, you know what I'm saying, with a little bit more manhood, you know what I'm saying, instead of having these tiny little
Or
Like
maybe
getting
that's a
nuts.
giveaway to the process of how they turn them to stone. They freeze them first, maybe, so their peckers turn down to cherries.
Oh yeah, shrinkage.
Yeah, yeah, and then they cast them in stone, especially to make them appear as inadequate as they certainly look. Oh dear,
They
we're
had
spitballing tonight. Eh?
cryo chambers back then. Huh?
Yeah, right. Cryo chamber, probably the last organ on your body that you'd want to freeze. Anywho.
Well, I know some of those pictures they show. Now, I say I watch so much stuff late at night, and I'm kind of like John at that point. I'm pretty much guppy, and it resets, and I'm like, what did I see? And go back through my history and go, oh, yeah. But I think it was one of the channels that shows a lot of the giants of the earth. It's like giant pictures of mountains and elephant islands and just crazy stuff that looks like
Oh,
that
Richard
could be
Lopez?
real. I'm sorry.
Richard Lopez.
Is that it? Could be. Well, it's one of those channels that just kind of shows it but doesn't talk about it. It's just playing all the time. One of those 24-hour channels that comes on after I'm watching stuff, and my stuff just goes to it because it's one of my channels I watch a lot, I guess. Anyway, I wake up in the chair and it's playing literally. And so one of those that didn't explain the pictures showed like the giant statues that are lined up in like in Egypt and the areas around the temples and stuff, and they had one broken open that had fallen, and it was like a mummy inside it. Am I remembering that right, or is that just a Photoshop bullshit picture, or does anyone have a clue what I'm talking about? I bet Martin does. Where's Martin? Get him in here. Martin, help me, save me.
It's probably ancient aliens or something, or
Yeah,
a
Martin
Mandela
would know.
effect. Yeah, we know Martin.
He would know. He would know about that for sure.
If not, he'd certainly have an opinion that would be interesting.
I'm nodding along like you can hear me. Yes, I am. I'm actually sending Martin a note that he can get in if he'd like to, and how it can be done easily without me actually having to do it, if it's doable.
I'm just wondering how
We'll see
long
what
we've been going here. Blimey, we've gone over 2 hours.
We'll see. To me, it feels like the show just started because I just got lights again.
I told you you'd get lights, didn't I?
Yep.
What time is it for you over there in the UK?
It's what is it? It's 1:12 in the morning.
Oh shit!
Takes me time
Yeah,
to work
late.
it out because all my computers set to UTC, which is off by an hour until the end of Sunday, and then it's going to be back on an hour. Yeah, so it's 1:15.
Oh wow!
It's the witching hour. It's my hour.
Yeah, you can see you can see Mars out there right now.
Did anyone see the triangle in the sky last night?
Nope.
What was that?
There was a triangle, the moon, Mars, and I still didn't look up which one it was. But I can send the picture and show it to you. Hang on. But yeah, they were a triangle in the sky, and they stayed consistently a triangle, in case you ballers want to figure that one out in your little spinny models.
But parallax.
But my relativity.
Mars is 33 million miles away, isn't it? And the moon isn't, apparently. And what was the other one? Venus?
I think it might have been Venus because it was super bright.
But I thought
Either
Venus
Venus
only
or
was
Sirius.
available to us immediately after sunset or immediately before sunrise because of its orbit. And I'm just being stupid. I'm being stupid.
And it's exactly the same size as us, remember? Because
Elliptical orbits, man. Come on.
Someone said so once. Just looked it up, saw a spot in the sky and said, that's the size of Earth. Don't you know?
Josh, drop Martin a link because I'm struggling here just keeping what I have going, please, sir.
Will do.
yeah, the lack of parallax is probably one of the biggest evidences that smacked me in the head. When you take a time lapse of the night sky and realize that there is no parallax, it's a bit of a showstopper, a bit of a giveaway to tell you that what you're seeing, almost all the things that you're seeing, are roughly the same distance away.
Exactly. I mean, it's like a perfect LP, like record, that just goes around in a perfect circle.
Year after year, century after century, with that pesky northern star in the same place, although they tell us otherwise. And I do believe we've been joined.
I'm pretty sure that was me playing with pictures. Sorry.
Nope, Martin's here.
I'm your right, dudes. What's happening?
You did it. Awesome.
Yeah,
Oi. What's up, buddy?
What's happening? Good to hear you. Good to hear
Can
you
we
guys.
introduce Danny from
Good to hear you too.
Oregon?
Cool. Portland, Oregon's fantastic, isn't it? Massive to town.
Yeah.
City. Love that place.
We get from the protesters and then all the freaking fires and smoke. You know, it's other than that, this is a great town.
Sounds a lovely place. All them trees. Sounds lush.
Yeah.
And
Plenty of
Danny's got
trees.
the coolest cafe in Oregon.
Oh wow.
Marsh required. He'll be
The
our
Happy
first,
Sparrow.
he'll be our first entry in the Flat Earth business directory. Coming to a phone near you soon when Dave Weiss hears this.
No, I copyrighted it already.
Okay.
Anyway, Martin, I was in your chat earlier for a minute before I had to get over here with these.
Oh, I missed you. Sorry, Walt.
I know it's
Thanks
cool,
for
dude. You've
watching.
got a handful going over there when you're premiering, and it was about the time I saw airships, and I was kind of saying hey to folks in chat, and then power blinking, and then boom, I was here. So on the phone trying to do a show. What is going on with these statues? Do you have a clue about the ones I mentioned with the mummies inside the Egyptian statues? Have you seen those pictures? Are those real?
Some of them are. I just feel that they've left the code, and it's with the Gorgon, and it's down to this one certain image called "Mirrors of the Past, Safeguarding Our Future," where it shows that everyone is affected with serpents and looks like the Gorgon. Well, serpents is EM, isn't it? Electromagnetic charge. So I think that if you look at the Gorgon, you're going to turn to stone and petrify. So I think they laid the clues down that, in a whatever plasma discharge event or whatever happens, the flash of the eagle, so to speak, is what they're showing us with Zeus, etc. Is it causes petrification, where everyone turns to stone. So what they show for Sodom and Gomorrah is laid down in Greek mythology, as I said, with Medusa. And I just feel that they are sick enough that because of this, they were using mummies for train fuel in the past, in the Victorian era, just chucking them in because they had so many, but there's only a small hatch. So I feel because some of these x-rays are showed infants, one particularly in a lion. So I thought, would they be sick enough if because then I started to think about orphan trains, and I thought, no, hang on a minute. It's just
man,
we talked about this on Wednesday, man, and like I said, they've got a finger down the street at the church in a box, so I wouldn't doubt a baby on every corner. Why not?
Oh man, it's very sinister. Yeah, so I think there's something in it where if you think about it, right? Well, if it was if it wasn't an act of nature or have you, or it was a punishment or something to petrify a human being in a statue so that they could be looked at for centuries. What an incredible punishment to be trapped like that, the souls and everything. It is one messed up thing. And I feel they do it. I think they do it with waxworks too. It's a Phoenician trait. I think it's laid down in the coding as well that they do this shit.
You mentioned that on Wednesday too, and I didn't mention, and like, I guess the late 70s, 78, 79. I was living in Miami, and there are, for some reason, or there used to be an exceptional number of wax museums there. And my mom had a fascination with it and wanted to go to them. And dude, all they did was creep me out. The vibe, not just looking at these things. I wanted to see Frankenstein. I wanted to see, but the energy in there was just like, oh, get me the fuck out of here. Yeah, get me out.
I felt exactly the same.
It's some evil spirits up in there for sure.
Yeah, and that was probably the novelty behind it all. Is, you know, you get this epic creepiness that's because of what's going on with them that you don't know, and that would be them gloating in their, you know, in their duper's delight, you know, because I feel that they're sick. You know how they run their cult and the stuff they get up to. That would be just a trait, you know. So I feel they might do that. I think statues are a big clue because some of these paninis are impossible art. You can't chisel eyelashes. You can't replicate lace and the clutching of material. This is not really, you know, doable in our reality. Something else is clearly going on, guys, you know.
We can just now barely 3D print stuff like that doesn't look all weird and liney and crappy. And it's not right yet. It's not even hardly there yet, unless you've got the gazillion-dollar machine I haven't seen yet. But yeah, it's pretty crazy, some of that statuary.
It's the mathematical possibility of not messing up as well. Because all of these flawless pieces, there's no room for any error whatsoever. You chisel off a tiny bit too much. You got to start from scratch. What? You know, you get hair in the air, separated strands, stone, guys. You know, and everyone jumps straight away to 3D printing. But I'm thinking there's, you know, because there's overwhelmingly with these veils, and they keep going on about the veil all the time. And, you know, Armstrong saying the lifting of the veil, and they keep showing the veil all of the time, even in the Wizard of Oz. I'm thinking, you see these like shrink-wrapped, overwhelming veil statues where it's just shrink wrapped to their face. They look like they've been caught in a moment, like where this. And so I think there's an unknown technology, and I think this cloth might have something to do with it. It could be like softening them, vibration, you know, solidifying them first and then softening them because they're really smooth and stuff. You know, it's like they're flawless, aren't they? Flawless art. So yeah,
and the one with the pinching of the like squeezing of the thigh when you saw the flesh moving, you know, like it was squeezing. That
and the thigh going in. It's just, you know, try and conceive that in your mind. You even get the fingernails with dirt in them, and they look so lifelike. It's just a shame. And some of these waxworks as well from Madame Tussauds, they are looking at you. You know, they are really, really creepy.
Oh man, they're creepy. I had a friend go to the Ripley's Believe It or Not place or something, and they had all these wax figures in there, and I mean, they look so real that
so real.
I mean, so real. I mean, it's like the Michael Jackson, the Jack Nicholson, and stuff. But
maybe that's what happens when your career's over. You know, like if you're Amy Winehouse or somebody, you're doing a waxworks.
Oh.
They're the real person. That looks like Michael Jackson. Yeah, it is Michael Jackson.
It's one of his clones.
I wonder if the cities that have the concentrations of these waxworks museums, because they're not everywhere. I mean, you would think in a place like New Orleans, which is really focused on occult and voodoo and all that, there would be wax museums. There aren't. There was a Ripley's Museum here before Katrina wiped it out and it never came back. But I don't remember there being wax museums. I could be wrong. You could Google one right now that I don't know about. But I would go to it if it was there. But like I said, I remember, I'm looking up the ones in Miami now, and I can see at least 2, maybe 3. There's the one in Hollywood. There's the one in Miami. There's the House of Wax, the Miami Wax Museum. Yeah, they're all over the place in Miami. So I wonder if it's tied into that idea of the grid work being the computer board, and those areas need more whatever the fuck evil shit bones give you.
Well, chat is crying out, wanting to know whether the theory of them being frozen before they're turned to stone would account for the tiny pecker syndrome.
No, well,
shrinkage is real. Ask George.
No, it's a good question. Why are the Greek? Why is Greek art's penises so tiny? And I looked into it. There is a narrative out there. Apparently, they say that the Greek women or whatever thought that it was vulgar for anything to be too large. Now, I'm not buying that, guys. There's something else clearly going on. You know, nuns. I don't know, or maybe it's just the dodgy Vatican.
But on a more serious question, hold on, let me find it. Oh,
It is
bollocks.
strange.
Lost it. There was
Well,
a question for you,
earlier
Martin.
Liz was asking,
Yes,
Martin,
that's the one.
are you pretty sure there's a reset coming?
Well, no, she mentioned plasma something. This I'm trying to
Well,
find
yeah.
it now.
Yeah, a plasma reset. I should have been more clear. I'm sorry. A plasma reset event type thing.
What would a plasma reset event be and look like? Is what I'd like to know.
Well, you won't be able to see it because you'd be blinded if you looked.
Would it be like the moon wave?
Waves.
The lunar wave? The lunar wave?
Ripples. Like the serpent. The serpent is a waveform that travels through this place, you know, like a ripple, which is a vitrification, cause mud floods, volcanoes, earthquakes, and the ground just opens up and cities can just sink and swallow. You know, I've got loads of narratives of this happening. Just look into Port Royal, you know, the wickedest city on earth. But this place was massive and one of the richest ports on earth. And it shudders one day, as they say, it's built on a sand spit. It seems a ridiculous place to build an Italian city. I know, off of Kingston in Jamaica. And the whole city literally disappeared into the ground, like massive buildings. Just crazy.
Liquefaction.
Some still sticking out the mud there in the modern day. But yeah, so cities can just like be eaten up by a vibrational quality. Well, that's what you get in an earthquake.
So it could be like
I'm
that.
not sure about earthquakes either. I'm suspicious of earthquakes.
Yeah, I am too.
You know, they say that, like, you know, there's the sounds of the trumpet in prophecy, if you like, or one deafening tone, like a bell. It ain't no big thing to wait for the bell to ring. It ain't no big thing, the tone of the bell. So a shocking sound, because you see in a lot of these depictions alchemical, apart from this light that people are holding in their ears.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, did we lose Danny?
We may have lost Danny. He may have had to get a kolache out of the oven. I don't know.
Thank you, Danny, for calling. If you have a minute, get back in. Stay in touch, my friend. Thank you so much, for sure.
What was this cafe called?
The Happy Sparrow. Lake Oswego, Oregon.
Damn, I really am a goldfish. I
wrote it down.
out
I
there
didn't want to forget.
thinking no
I
one would remember.
Had to write it down. I didn't want to forget because truly I'll be there at some point. I don't know if it'll be this year, but I'll be back and I'll definitely go visit Danny without a doubt. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Martin, at all. Because dude, I'm
fine.
I don't know if I sent the videos. Maybe I sent them in a chat we're all in. I don't remember, but I saw some videos that kind of had come around with just some different craziness with the fires happening and how the ground was doing this weird bubbly thing, but it wasn't. It was more like dust was popping up, and it was like nothing the firemen had ever seen. They were videoing it because it was freaking them out. I don't know if I sent it to you. I have to see if I can find it.
Let's have a look at that. Wow.
That was a really bad fondle slab video, close up. Couldn't know.
It was hard to see. I know. As I say, this is the only one that was there that I had reference to it.
But Liz was asking, is there a comet due?
I don't know.
And
I don't know any of it, guys. I'm completely lost at this stage. I just instinctively know that there's nothing happening. There's nothing happening with any virus. There's less people dying than ever. This is all bullshit. There's something else clearly going on. And, you know, my spidey senses are tingling every day and getting strange flashes, strange dreams, and getting shivers constantly. It really does feel like we're in an apocalyptic time, guys, okay? So going on that, going on what I've learned and what I've been telling everyone about for a couple of years now, for a few years, and what I've decoded, the terrifying truth of it all, then I'd probably have to go with that, guys. But have I had any message from the Most High? Well, yeah, more or less. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is like building an act, which is like a barrier for people to get out. And whatever else that drives me when the Most High tells me, which I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for instruction.
A lot of people having weird dreams.
Freaky as fuck. Make no sense. A lot of them. And recurring as well. It's really getting
I never have dreams, but I'm sure it has. The last 2 weeks have been vivid dreams.
It's this shit going down as well. It's bound to mess with our dreams, guys, you know, because, you know, when you realistically sit and have a think about what's happened, it's a mind splat, isn't it? It's a massive
Well,
thing.
12 months ago, if anyone mentioned anything that's going on now, they would be stoned as lunatics.
I'm telling you, Savage.
They'd
Our
be
next
sectioned.
match, when they'd be celebrating, you know, this is our first year into COVID, everyone will so forget how the world used to be by then, because you know how people's memories are, you know?
Yep.
And they'll push this shit out as long as they can possibly manage it, unless something bigger is afoot and there's a reset.
Well, the only way you can, not the only way, but the non-violent, easiest way to tackle this is through law. And I say this as a student of law, and I've been saying it from day one, basically. And it's starting to happen. That is actually starting to happen, because it's all well and good having, you know, sort of baller debates and stuff. If you drag them in front of a court where the laws of evidence rule, then there is no, you know, black and white. I don't really know how to say it, but a proper de facto court de jure. Now I'm talking bollocks now. Ignore me. Get me words mixed up. But the law was put there for a reason. The law has evolved for a reason.
Is it the people's law or is it their law?
No, I'm talking natural law. I'm talking natural law. Long before
I'm just
courts.
wondering, like, you know, I just can't see him ever being held accountable. This is like the Chilcot inquiry, isn't it? Because you know, we have every
that's
league,
why it's
every
an
country
inquiry.
has war criminals and like psychopaths and murderers.
Yeah.
And you know, the way I see it is it's their court. You know
Well, that's the problem, is that we've lost sight of what the real law is, and we've morphed into the, like you say, their corporate system, which is not law. It's legal stuff. But there is a system called the natural law, common law, that is put in place to deal with this sort of thing. We need to go back to that. And you can't lie in a court of law, or you can, but you'll soon be found out. It's based on evidence and facts. And this is where it will get resolved unless we forget how real law works. This is why they're called statutes and acts, because they can't be called laws, because there is no man-made law. It is just law, natural law, the law of justice. And this is what's being served via Michael Benicia, via the We Are the People. It is based on affidavits, evidence, claims and rebuttals. Yeah, we are so entering interesting times.
Yeah, they'll fucking kill them when black's out. Sorry.
Kill who? Kill what?
You don't know what's going to happen to you. You know, this is a crazy dictatorship, guys. There's no escaping it. You know, what's going on is just psychopathic. And what they got in mind for us is even worse. You know?
Yeah.
So I won't let past them at this stage. Where are the armies? What are they doing? There's no wars anymore. There's no terrorist attacks anymore.
There's no
Nothing's
flu
happening in the world anymore. Where are they all?
There's no pneumonia or flu anymore.
Apparently not. Apparently there was only 390 deaths last year. Flu.
Yay, masks.
Nobody dies of flu anyway. It's flu related, isn't it? So it's like, you know, pneumonia, renal failure, whatever. It's just bullshit. It's when people die of the flu. You catch a cold going in a river. You go in a river, you get cold, freezing, shiver. It's happened to me. I got pneumonia coming out of a river. freezing cold.
Yep.
So it just proves that this shit's just not real. Just that fact alone, that you got no contact with anybody and you caught a chill and a cold and whatever, in my case pneumonia, right through me from being freezing cold in water. Something in you activated. It's clear. It's rubbish, all of it.
And generally, what we call like pneumonia or whatever as a bad thing, it's the body's self-defense to save your life.
Self-defense mechanism. I don't got
just like exosomes.
Yeah.
It's a self-defense mechanism to tell you that your body is over-toxified and you need to sort shit out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Exactly what's going on, I think, John. I really do.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. And it sounds naive on my part if about law being the solution, but we are seeing it now. They will be stopped in their tracks through the courts, through our courts.
Anything's worth a shot, John, at this stage. So good luck to them, if they can get through in any way, obviously.
Yeah.
Anything's worth a shot at this stage.
Well, that's it. It needs to be tackled on numerous fronts. I mean, for those people who think it's worthwhile emailing their MP, I mean, quite frankly, I think it's pointless. For those things, it's like the protesters or the tweeters or the video makers. Everything helps. If you're doing something in the positive, then don't listen to anyone telling you that it's pointless. It's something in the positive, whether it's handing out leaflets, whether it's, starting a physical newspaper, fantastic. Whether it's bringing a legal case in their law system, like Simon Dolan is with the judicial review. To me, that's an absolute waste of time, but it's doing something. Michael Benicia is privately prosecuting every single MP for genocide, fraud, and something else. And yeah, well, 8 MPs have resigned.
Crimes against humanity.
Crimes against humanity. I don't think it was, because I don't think that is a common law tort.
Yeah, it's just existing.
It was
them existing.
Was it genocide, fraud, and no shit? I can't remember.
Well, no biggie saying.
No, exactly. Oh, treason, of course. The only hangable offence in the country left. Treason. So, yeah.
They might backtrack on all this anyway. They might look, there's whispers of exit strategies, but they might just say, oh, we think we'll just stop it all now and go back to life. Because Sweden, and use Sweden as an example. Look, they didn't do nothing and everything's hunky-dory then. Maybe we should have done that. We'll try that now.
If that is the case, if they do backtrack, you can guarantee if you scratch the surface, you'll find out it's because they got dealt lawful papers saying they were personally going to be held responsible if they didn't back down. 8 MPs have resigned since they've all been noticed that they're going to be prosecuted privately, which is unheard of in this country because this is old law. Private prosecution.
Later, you're going to be in it, type of thing.
Yeah, well, they're all too late because none of them back down, so they're all going to hit the chopping block. It's just what degree they get chopped is up to them. But anyway, on that note, we are knocking on 2.5 hours, and I'm going to have to get out of here because.
How long have you been on? Oh, I missed you.
2.5. That's like lightweight. We got Martin here. We just had an amazing call from Danny from Oswego. Man, you better stay with us.
I know. I've got a sell by date. I've got a use by date.
Oh, this dude, he's expired. Right. I should know that the AI
raining, John. You will melt.
I was going to come on tonight and just sit on mute because I was in a foul mood. Luckily, it's not raining, so I'm not in a foul mood. But I was just going to sit on mute, and I've gabbed like there's nothing else
Don't
tonight.
Be sad, John. Don't be sad. Watch a Plato British vlog. They're hilarious. You'll laugh all the way.
Well, that's where I'm going now.
Tonight's just need the knob in a wheelbarrow.
Stick a link in the chat. No, I'm joking. Take it easy, guys. It's been emotional.
Don't cry, John.
It's like therapy. I'm telling you.
I was just going to say, I'm telling you, you should stay, dude. It'll help you get it all out, and you'll feel so much better in the morning. We meet here every week, John. Welcome to the group. We're glad to have you here. The coffee's. No, I'm just kidding.
My name's John Savage, and I'm a serial negativity person. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to stop yabbing.
Negativity's no good, man. I likes to hang around positive people, man, because you get all positive and like brings abundance. You hang around with neggy fats, everything just goes to poo. You don't want to be doing that. You like?
I'm muting up. No,
yes,
tonight already. Martin. We've got dirigibles going to the South Pole and beyond. We've got drones or chartered planes proving the flat Earth or the ball Earth. All we've got to do is set them off on the south latitude lines. What else did we come up with tonight? Oh, we got the business directory that David Weiss is going to.
No, why are you trying to give my shit to the unicorn?
He will make it happen.
Oh,
he will make it happen.
You see if I don't make this app tomorrow.
You watch, and they will come. So there we go, and we got the coolest cafe in Oregon.
Happy Sparrow, Lake Oswego. We will try our best to get the link into the show description.
I'm looking at you, in Oregon, they should be queuing up outside that place tomorrow.
There are
buying shares in it.
I want to go there.
I met a handful back in, was that 2018, 2017? When did we go to that Flat Earth meetup out there? I met Daryl. I met a few amazing
I remember
people.
the Oregon meet. Yeah.
Carolyn Gutman Day, got to give her a big hug.
You met her, Carolyn, did you?
Yes, that's where I met her. She's
a smart lady, isn't she?
Pretty powerful lady. Yes, you could feel the energy. She helped get things done for the sign, and she was. I'd like to get her on the show, but she just
photographs. She sent me a couple of photographs of them that I meet.
I want to get her on here, but maybe we can get her to get on the Bitches Brew. That's what we'll do. We'll get the female energy, and that'll get her over here.
Yeah, she knows loads of stuff. She's really smart.
Yeah, she's amazing. Like I said, it's been a minute. I know she's really busy, and things over there got kind of crazy with the freaking fires. My family there had some struggles for damn sure with it. I'm glad to hear Danny and his business has survived it and is pumping it out there, man. Keep doing it, brother, for sure.
Definitely.
So on a final note, if anyone out there has a business or knows a business that they would like to add to the real world business directory coming to an app near you, then let us know. We need to know the people that are standing up against this bullshit, who don't require masks, who aren't going to make you feel awkward, who deserve your money. That's what talks. Your money counts. Spend it in the right place. If you know of a shop or a business that needs to be in that directory, then email Walt at
facebone777@gmail.com. Or you can always find me at ironrealmedia@gmail.com, as many folks who have emailed us this last week can attest. Sorry, we're so horrible with emails, guys. It is not something I've tried to fix it for 5 years, truly. So
FlatoberFest tomorrow, guys. FlatoberFest.
Yes. Hopefully we'll get a little karaoke in tonight after the
maybe somebody will crank up Live Stavely or something. We can take it.
Right?
Yeah.
Flat Earth Fokker is always streaming. I was watching his stream.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about it.
He's always on, so I'm sure he's keeping. I don't see that dude stays in batteries because he's always streaming. He must have 20 of these little battery packs walking around.
He's nice to watch, isn't he? He's well on the money. Oh, yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that. Actually, it's getting late, though.
You ready to go too, brother? We can knock it down. We've had a great show that turned into more than great with the amazing people that hopped on and called, and thank you so much. You know, you're always here, man. You're an Iron Realm.
Where I hang around with my
You
peeps.
can't get away. What? I'm sorry.
My friends, my peeps, my friends.
That's it, dude. We love you and thank you so much.
Thanks, Walt. Love you too, mate. Oh.
Truly. And I know, like you said, things right now are pretty crazy, and to hear you talk about it in such a
Crazy is not
it's not just here's some crazy information, deal with it, but to come at it with the heart you bring to it, dude. That's what makes it amazing. And what you're doing with trying to gather like-minded souls together. I'm sending it lots of love and hoping it works out for all of us, because we need some next level to carry through this thing, not just what they've got planned.
It's going to be epic. Be excited. I just
Best
don't get
apocalypse ever.
Because the thing is, we don't even know what life is. You know, everyone's worried about death. We could be all dead already. It could be simulation. We don't even know what's going on. So there's no point worrying about anything. I just live in the now and just think, fuck it. There's no point thinking about anything, really. I worry about different stuff. Nothing about anything to do with any of that. That's for sure. People stuff.
Yep. Keep doing it, man. Like I said, just the love, the heart, seeing you out and about with the fam, with the son, and just, yeah, brother, just always the love comes out, and I feel it and appreciate it and send it back.
Yeah, I felt it tonight in the chat. In my chat feed was a lot of love there, man. Everyone was so happy. You know, what I don't like is people in the community, the troopers community. I just hate the thought of them left there alone with this lockdown, and, you know, it must be just awful. So I'm like, you know, warming them into the community. We're all here.
Exactly.
There's loads of chat feeds going.
Exactly.
We all know one another. We're all cool. You're going to be safe. And try to just, you know, so they're not alone out there. So try that.
Truly, that's really, I mean, that's what it's about to us too, man. I mean, like tonight, Danny calling in, last week, Joe calling in, people who are feeling that this is really a homey place you can come and hang out. And that's beautiful. And I thank you for sharing it with us. Truly, Martin. Thank you.
Magical thing, though. I love it when it all comes together in a sweet moment. It's just like magic.
Yep.
Yeah, you know.
That's what's going to win, dude. That's what's going to beat their bullshit. They can't beat this. How the fuck can they possibly beat this?
Brother, our Kung Fu is strong. Our Kung Fu is so strong.
Fucking A, dude. Flat Earth Dojo right here. Again, we apparently need to get our buddy James back on. Shout out. He's over there tomorrow. I don't know if he's there yet, but he's supposed to be over there at FlatoberFest, James True. So maybe I'll get him to hop in and give us an update at some point. See if I can pull some strings. We'll see. I don't see how strong the strings are.
Best apocalypse ever. Best apocalypse ever just hit his digital downloads. So you can go buy that digital copy now before or pre-order your signed hard copy.
Fucking A. Fucking A. Speaking of books, plug before you go, brother. Oh, I got him right in the middle of lighting the boot. I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't watch. I was talking and looking away. You plug all of it. All of it. Just plug. Plug books and shows.
I only got a new book coming out soon, 50 Shades of Martin. That's going to be a killer. You're going to love that one.
That's the one I've been waiting on.
Man, it's going to be a bestseller. You're going to love this one.
You thought you knew all there was to know about flat Earth. Just you wait. The mud gets deep.
Taking that mud out.
Oh, man, this is great. Love it. Love it.
Oh, yeah. So I got a book. I'm number 2. That should be a long, you know, in the near future. Just this bullshit stopping things. So it's the Holy Grail of our flat Earth. You get it on Amazon. You can get it on my website, FlatoberBritishInfo.com, and there's literally tens of thousands of free books, free Mac collections, free art collections, everything you could imagine, all for free on my website. So check that out. One of the biggest free resources on the internet. Yeah, we've got 15,000 Vatican releases. Just endless links into endless amounts of information, all free. FlatoberBritishInfo.com.
Thank you, my friend.
Awesome.
I know. And Bavaria as well. I got a website, Bavaria.
Yes.
So you can go on there. I'd approve it. There's hundreds on there. People in discussion, setting up civilization. You know, like Autodidactic Campbell, who's out in Australia. He's out by Perth. He's just grabbed 160 acres. He's setting up a Bavaria Perth. That's 2 in Oz. You know, this thing's opening up everywhere. And now
I was there early on, really digging deep into it, and then as with a lot of things, it got on a back burner, and I haven't been back in a while. So, but I'm loving what I saw then, and dude, hearing what you talk about it when I'm tuning into the shows and the streams, it's
great. It's some alternative ideas.
This is what we need, exactly.
Yeah, it's just great to read it. It's like, wow, I'm learning so much, and that's the sort of info I need as well. I don't know everything, especially about starting up an off-grid community. So, which is what we're doing. Or communities. Safety in numbers, that's why we need loads of them. The idea was to have one or more in each country, all helping one another out, all communicating with one another, because safety in numbers. So that was the idea. So this got to be, you know, so I'm going to keep pushing to get more of these. And everyone else is getting on board anyway. So it'll work. It'll work.
Indeed it will. Thank you, my friend.
Bye-bye.
I feel like I'm going to keep you hanging on if we don't shut this thing out. So
I'm going to get going. I'm shattered.
Yep, you've had a long day, sir. And then it's Saturday tomorrow, so.
Friday. Oh, I'm so excited. I'll put another blog out.
Yep. Thank you all again in chat. Mike, oh, what? Lana is there at the park. She's arrived. She's made it. Thank you for letting us know. It was good to hear, and I hope maybe we can get you to pop on with us sometime. I don't know that we're going to go live tomorrow unless it works out that there is time for people to actually do that with us. So just keep your notifications here on the channel. If you haven't subbed, what are you doing with your life? And you should have that bell rung, even though, you know, the tubes like to unring it for you. But just keep trying. Sometimes it works. Thank you so much, Danny from Happy Sparrow, for calling and hanging out and being part of the family. The family. We appreciate it, my friend. Truly, you have no clue. Hearing from people that are getting it and sharing it like you do. And like I said, I'm looking at the site frozen from earlier when Josh had it on the screen. We'll drop it in the show description here so people can find you. Martin, dude, stay slippery and muddy and awesome. Love you.
Don't worry, I'm trouble to him. Don't worry about that.
John Savage, you expired tub of, I don't know, I couldn't think of a British food, damn it.
Savage!
Spotted dick, there we go. All right, so love you. Feel better, Adam. Miss you, Zack and Cammy. Hugging y'all tight. Love you, everybody in chat. I'm not going to start listing it because it'll take a minute and I'll miss somebody and I don't want anybody to be mad at me. I love y'all. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Walter. Pleasure as always.
Always. Truly.
I hear my dog upstairs tap dancing.
Fuzzy feeling. Oh.
Good deal, brother. I'm glad we could share that with you because you bring it a lot.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. I'll shut up now because it's apparently something I need to say. So I'll shush and just let you guys know. Thank you. I love y'all.
Happens.
Yeah.
See you later, guys. Peace and love. Try Savage. Try Josh. Try.
Thanks so much, Martin. We really appreciate it.
Okay, Josh. Catch up soon, brother.
All right, we'll be here.
Okay.
Cheers, man. Cheers, guys.
You happy?
Calling CQ.
All right then. Not the episode we were planning. We really missed Billy Zig. Hopefully, Billy Zig, we can reconnect and have him back on soon.
Truly, my bad. I didn't mean to exclude the fact that was our original intention. So definitely sorry it didn't work out, guys. We'll make it work in a future episode. And next week, we have plans there too.
We certainly do. And I'll not forget them this time. So with that, I think we're just going to get the hell out of here. So thanks, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure. I am exhausted. We'll need to get to bed because I got prisons to tour tomorrow. Yay. All right. Love you guys. Be good. Be well. Bye-bye.